Hey guys, welcome back to ADP Art Creations. How are you guys doing today? Well, okay, it's like in the morning, but it's a new day. So, guys, we are going to get into it. Let me let me make sure my headphones are on. They should be on. Yeah, it says headphones are on. So let me check and make sure we are all good to go here. Let me see. Okay, never mind. It don't want to act right. Anyway, let's get into it. I won't keep you guys long on After Block, D Block, because we got a lot of games tomorrow and we need our rest for our games. But I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. Okay, first of all, I have a whole bunch of topics to talk about. Not really. Okay. So, as the dream returns, and we're going to talk about that, we're going to talk about mental health matters because we got a lot of shenanigans going on in the W as the season progresses. And we got a lot of apologies going around. No, not really, just one. And then a lot of people got something to say behind it. So what we're starting to see, guys, as the WNBA season get closer to All Star and in September, the season will be ending. We're starting to, um, we're starting to realize a lot of things we've said in the past are starting to come to light. So, what's happening in this particular season to me is God is revealing a whole lot of shenanigans, um, that we've been seeing, but now we really seen it up close. And you have it where some people care and some people could care less, right? And, but this time around, um, hey, Green, this time around, we see it and but they don't realize how big of a fan base the WNBA has for as the organization, and that the things they used to do they can't do anymore. But we'll get into all of that. First of all, let's get into this dream team. Remember at the beginning of the season, I told you guys, I was like, the dream team they built different. You got to give them time. But one thing, no matter what it looked like, sometimes chemistry is not perfect, guys. Sometimes chemistry could be all over the place. But the fact they got chemistry, that's a good thing for this particular team. And when players go to different teams, and yes, the team love the players, but they still have to have a bond. You got your chemistry already, right? You still have to have a bond in between those players. And a lot of times it could be, um, I see you, I know who you are, but the trusting has to be on the court too. And as we've seen, as the dream progress, we've seen that. We've seen them grow together. Sometimes people want a microwave. They want right then and there. They want everybody to mesh and work together and just be 100%. Well, that's not how it works. With sisterhood, hey, she whiz. With sisterhood, you're gonna beef, you're gonna talk junk, you're gonna tell each other off. And the fact that Angel was like, we have these conversations, we have the real conversations, and we have, the jokeable conversations, the laughing probably. They probably in there joking around or whatever too at the same time. I don't know. I'm just saying. But Angel did say for real, that they, what I'm saying, they talk about the hard things in the locker room. And you have to, in order for you to grow as a team, you have to talk about the things that you don't want to talk about. And you have to accept accountability. One thing you can never say about the dream team is that they don't accept accountability. It might not be the accountability the way you want it to, but you can't say none of the players don't accept accountability just because they don't say it in the day and time that you do, right? So let's look at this beautiful roster. Now, mind you guys, trade deadline is August 2nd. We don't know what's going to happen. But one thing I'm just noticing now, Anissa I'm gonna get back to the dream. She posted something. She was like, God is good or something. She had on her TikTok, and I'm like, they keep saying niece out, guys. They keep saying she out for conditioning. She out for this. I just got a feeling. Now, look, don't listen to ADP. ADP could be wrong, but I'm gonna tell you, I got a feeling there's a niece trade, there's a Miller trade, and if Miller trade is not now, I feel like next season. Um, Let me see who else I had. I had three players, guys. Um, Dang, I can't think of my third one. It'll come to me as we progress, as we continue on. It'll come. But yeah, so I said they had sisterhood, they had familyhood. You can tell their family, regardless of if they, you know, whatever they going through, they got each other's back. Do it look pretty sometimes? We'd be like, girl, did you not do that? Did you not share that ball today? What's going on the court? I'm just saying a little different stuff, you know. But all of them have, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, all of them have achieved some type of goal. Even the ones I be hard on the bench. I know I feel a certain way. I do feel like, and I'm gonna say this again, Okot is something special. I don't care. Okot might have her rookie mistakes and she's growing, you know, on the court. But man, she better than man. That look, and they have about two of them coming off that bench, you know, looking kind of good. Now I'm just saying that Okart is one of them. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Everybody has a, even with that, you know, even with the players on the bench, everybody shares some type of role in this sisterhood that we can't take away from them for that. For real, for real. Even though they not playing the way we want them to play, even though we feel like they could be, you know, on different teams in a better fitting. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they're still contributing. Whether they're cheering their team on, you know what I'm saying, or whether whatever motivation they're doing on the bench, even if they come out there and guard somebody, hey, that's good. Oh, so I'm looking for like after the All Star game, I'm looking for like some awesome game because look now it's like it ain't gonna be no time to play around. These teams can't play around. New York, get it together. I don't know what you need to do, but figure it out. Okay? Because after the All Star game, it's gonna really tell who really serious about it. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna be what team wanted the most. Because you don't know, these standings keep changing every time you turn around. You got teams that are on the bottom, they in the middle. You know what I'm saying? You got the Mystics coming up, you know, um, they lost today, she whiz. They lost against the Fever. They let the Fever beat them today. But that daggone Kelsey Mitchell, man, we'll talk about that too. She does not get the credit she deserves. So today we from that team is Kelsey Mitchell. We're gonna be talking about a little bit, but just a lot of things. And I get into Sandy in a minute. You know, I had to sometimes you got to marinate on certain things so that you put it in a way. Oh, you try to put it in, well, it ain't no nice way to put it, but you try to keep it real without letting your emotions be on 100. And so that's where I'm gonna come with that part. But as far as talking about the dream, yeah, she was, check it out, girl. They was, ooh, girl. But as far as the dream, let's look at this roster, right? And I always kept saying me and Miss D, and I think some other people that came on the panel, they were, you know what I'm saying, they was talking junk about the dream players. And I was in my nourishing corner, and I was like, you know, just wait for it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you don't see it right now, that don't mean it's gonna happen. And you know, Miss D was like, if they don't get together and they don't do this, if they don't trade, you know that this is what's gonna happen. You know how Miss D is. Miss D don't sugarcoat. She BTA on 100. And you know, you had who else I had up here? MSL, you know, just everybody. Tiffy. Tiff don't play. She do not play. But I'm here to let you guys know. Y'all see what it's like when you wait. Not everything is gonna be on our timing. Not everything is gonna be microwave. Just wait. One thing I know, I got a little, I got some discernment going on. I might not always be right, but far as this team for right now, I'm seeing it and it's amazing. That's the beauty out of this dream team is because if one is not doing, you know, not playing the best that they know they can, somebody else come in and they take over. You know what I'm saying? And they still play together, even though they sometimes they get in the mix of saying I gotta have this ball today or I gotta have this ball today. Or whatever, and we don't never know what's going through their mind, what's their agenda, or what's going on with them today. You know what I'm saying? We don't know the pressure that they're going through behind closed doors. Because I'm not trying to be funny, guys, but I can't be no starting five. Let me come off the bench because that pressure on these players ain't no joke. I mean, you know what I'm saying? We critique, we say how we feel and stuff like that, but imagine the burdens they be carrying because they got that on their shoulder like that. Look, yes, I agree. This is their job. They signed up for it. And God ain't gonna put no more on us than we can bear. But good, great, gracious ball of fire, man, they be getting hit all in on social media if they do something wrong, if they don't play right, or it's like, okay. The thing I love about Keisha and Tony when they be doing stuff is they be like, but this is what you're doing right here. But I know you can do better. So why don't you do this play? Or why don't you do this? I need you to act right. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like great critiquing instead of tearing the players down. There's a difference, like I said, of critiquing the player and tearing them down for your own personal gain. Because some people get caught up in the players, and they want everything their way. Let me tell you something about Angel Reese, guys. Angel Reese has God's favor. She is going to continue to shine. God is continuing to make her enemies her footstool. Just wait, because what's happening this year, in this particular year, is bringing all the snakes out the holes and out the grass that's been hiding. You ain't got to say nothing. They saying it themselves because they think they're comfortable. They're getting comfortable and think they can say it. You, we're not surprised of how many people don't admire Angel Reese. We're not surprised at all about the sheep and wool clothing, the people, the snakes coming out the holes. Sometimes you might not like the people who coming out of there. You'd be like, oh, okay, I expected her. Oh, I don't know. I don't know about her. But now it's revealing from the organization to the coaches to the players. He is showing us, guys. He bringing them all to light. And let me tell you something. One thing, one thing I'm going to tell you guys is that look, I know it's crazy, and we got to keep going through these topics every single week. Um, but it's important that we do. At first, I have to take breaks, but this weekend was, Sam's birthday celebration. I had a great time yesterday. I had a great time today. My daughter and her husband, my grandbaby, are in their sleep or whatever. They got back from Disney yesterday, so they're back because they stay in Georgia too, so they're back. So they're now relaxing, sleep and stuff. And Casey, he sleep. Let's say he stayed asleep. I don't know what it is, but and yeah, me and my oldest son, we're up. But just a great weekend. When I say I'm blessed, guys, I am so blessed. It's the little things. So She Wiz, you own She Wiz is part of the family because we got them Barbie tickets in there. So it was like my cousin, gave me the money for the tickets. My daughter and her husband got me a pair of shoes. Then my son got me a pair of shoes. So guys, I'm just so happy. Everything I asked God for that I put on my list so far is already done. So, yeah, and yeah, of course, their dads, did some things too or whatever. So, just guys, let me tell you, treat people right. You ain't got to be like ADP. Good. Let me tell you something. Being a cheerful giver and putting others before yourself, that ain't no joke. It comes with things, you know what I'm saying? But just hold on. Treat people right. You ain't got to be perfect at it. But, it is what it is. But yeah, So let's get back into the dream. I had to do that. And a special shout out to Miss D. Oh, she hit that cash up, guys. She hit that cash up up. She dropped something in there. So a special shout out to Miss D too. I mean, it's just so many people. You never know when you're gonna get blessed with something. So I just love it. I just love it. But okay, so let's talk about Nas. Now Nas, Nas, she hadn't been herself, guys. You know what I'm saying? I knew. Um and make sure if you hadn't checked that interview out with Sue Bird, make sure you go check it out because it's a good one. So with Nas hadn't been herself, but if you guys remember, she started off the season and baby girl's arm, she had the big ice patches on there. She had all types of stuff going on. So I know sometimes we forget because we be so focused in the game that we forget about the little thing. Well, that's big. You know what I'm saying? When players playing still trying to do their thing and, got to go through injuries and stuff like that. And, still come out and try to do their best and show us what they're working with, right? But Saturday, where we at? Friday's game? Oh my gosh, that was one of the best presents too. You know what I'm saying? Like just to have your team win. Um, but yeah, Friday, Nas didn't come to play. Nas said, "Listen, I done went through the valley. Look, but I'm climbing back up that mountain, okay? Just give me time." You know what I'm saying? Look, great. If all our players can hit at one time, that's great. But it's not gonna always happen that way. You know? Tahina, Pow Pow. I don't know. Pow Pow is having a different type of season. But I still believe in Pow Pow. And this is the thing, guys. A perfect example of, and I'm not trying to mix football and basketball, but a perfect example of Pow Pow is Bryce Young from the Panthers, right? And I say that because if you go and read Bryce's story, he got a beautiful story. Um, they threw him to the wolves. I mean, they were talking mad junk about this young man. I kid you not. And then guess what happened? That next year, he he showed them what he was working with. You hear me? So different times, different seasons. Sometimes they might not have their best seasons or whatever, and that's okay. But don't stop believing in them or giving up on them because they're not playing in that particular year like you want them to. Because I keep saying you never know behind closed doors what these players are going through. And then, after the season end, the player come out and say, "Hey, you know what I'm saying? I was dealing with such and such and such and such, but I wasn't ready to tell the world." And sometimes you're not gonna get that. You might not get them to say nothing because who are we to know their personal business? We're not. We can't. Some stuff is just personal, right? But Pow Pow, we got the rest of the season. I know, some people say do this or do that. No, Pow Pow, stay right with you at where you're at. Finish out this season, whatever it is that's bothering you. The real fans, we got you. Now you know they gonna look. You know they gotta critique you, Pow Pow. You already know that. All that good stuff. But at the end of the day, she's still human, guys. Especially when you see them having a season like this. This is what sometimes amazes me. We can give so much grace to other players, but when it's for some players and not the rest, why not give Papa the same grace that everybody gave Jackie Young? You don't know what she's going through behind closed doors. It's just that somebody, was like, Jackie Young went through this, and this is the time for this. But if you didn't know that, you still would have probably been as hard on her anyway, right? So, once Jackie Young, got her little space, you see the Jackie Young that you know. So I'm just asking for the same grace that you give a Jackie Young to give to Pow Pow. Y'all know how I am. Y'all know I'm coming with it, right? And yes, at the end of the day, they still got to go out there and play that game. But what's a lot is going on, and when you see different seasons like this, for Pow Pow. Let's talk about Jordan Canada. Everybody love to talk about that JC, don't they? JC cannot catch a break. Can JC catch a little break, everybody? Can she catch a little break? Y'all be hard on JC like no tomorrow. Some, not everybody. So let's get in and talk about JC, right? Um, Let me go back to my roster. Hey guys, thank you for showing up. So let's talk about Jordan Canada. Um, I have to ask the chat. Chat, what else do you want to see from JC? She's working on it. Everything that I've heard, like from from Bro Claude to Keisha to Tony Duvall to Case out, because Case talked about Jordan Canada too, on one of his shorts. Well, his show, his 10-minute ones, he talked about JC too. So and Miss D. What else do you guys want to see from Jordan Canada? Because she got enough. Look, she has enough under her belt. Don't get it twisted. 8 years. I do believe 8 years in the W. Is that what it say? So I know that you guys. I know you guys want her to some of the things that she be doing on the court. I know you guys want her to get that, but I see progress in that, and I think that's amount of just with them trusting each other. Or whatever. Sometimes and sometimes, sometimes we can be in our head, like I'll be in my head sometimes, and you just be thinking about boom, 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 just straight up, just doing what you got to do, even though you got teammates. But Jordan Canada, regardless of how we feel, she's still doing her thing. She's still making it happen, and she also did a thing with Sue Bird as well, guys. And um, yeah, you got to go watch it because a person's expression, movement, and what comes out their mouth speaks higher than anything we could ever say. Because I love it when the players are able to speak for themselves. Let me tell you something. They still young, right? Even though she been 8 years in, they're still young. They're gonna say what's on their mind. They, you know, they ain't got. They're not gonna be fake. She don't seem like the type to be fake to me at all. But I'm just saying by uh by listening to her on Superb. Now, Sherrod, she just got back, so we're gonna see what Sherrod do. But what I saw her do on Friday, I liked it. You know what I'm saying? Um, Here got girl, Angel. Uh, so, oh my gosh, Angel Reese is. I love when I say I love watching her play basketball. I love watching her play basketball. Like she's just Empire Barbie. There's nothing she can't do. She's unstoppable. I mean, just period. I mean, just period. Um, she never. I mean, she always is just so amazing on the court. I don't even have no other words because after Friday, after the game before that, and what's getting ready to happen today, I'm good. What else can you say? Because every time we turn around, she coming out with something. She on that court doing something. But gosh, she says she thank God for bringing her to the Atlanta Dream. And sometimes when people talk like that, that's heavy. That's serious. I take that serious. When somebody says something like that about their decision and their life, they're seeing the bigger picture than what we can see. You know, and she's just amazing. To me, there's nothing Angel Reese can't do. Like Shaq said, Angel know who she is. Some other people may not know who she is, but Angel definitely knows who she is, right? And we'll get into talking about the Sandy apology and all that kind of stuff after this. Okay. Ryan Howard. Listen, guys. I know y'all be hard on Rah. But I am so proud of her. I'm so proud of her. I can't explain it. I mean, I seen some of it when they played did the USA thing. I seen some different things, and I seen little things. Even though her three has not been like she wanted to be, um, and you never know. Like, yes, this is Ryan's team, but you never know. I don't think anybody ever asked the question. How do you feel about that? What are the challenges you face with that on your shoulder? Imagine being a leader and leading teams, and the whole world saying that's your team. That's a lot of responsibility, guys. Because the minute you don't do like they want you to do, they crucify you. Now you got to call them. Listen, you got to keep it 100. If they acting up and they ain't doing right, yes, call it out. Cause 9 times out of 10, they know they acting up. But just I'm asking, show some grace with Rah because guess what? It wasn't on our timing or on anybody's timing that she went to the basket. She went, baby girl went to the basket, not once, but she got it. She got it. She understands. And even though we be saying that, or we say, stop doing this or stop doing that, she's not gonna stop shooting the threes. You know what I'm saying? But she's opened up her heart to other options to playing her game that we know that she can do, right? And that's what I'm saying. That leadership role, uh sometimes people put themselves in, sometimes people put you in it. They decided to put you in it. um and then you know what I'm saying, you do the best that you can do, pretty much, right? And so, um you know I'm just with Ryan. I believe in her. Y'all know she an artist too, so artists got to stand together. She got some beautiful artwork, and I think that's what a lot of she put a lot into that, like a lot of her feelings and everything into her artwork. But at the end of the day, we can't take away from her accomplishments and what she did. Do we want to see her do the things that we want her to do? Far as it's not something we want her to do, something we know she could do. Let me correct that. Know that she could do, because you got to believe in your players, right? That's what we do. That's part of basketball is critiquing, knowing your player, research your players, all that great kind of stuff, right? And so, um, I'm just proud of her. I just have to say it. I'm proud of her because some of the games I'd be like, I didn't know, I'd be like, I don't know what's going on. Something, it's got to be something, you know what I'm saying? That may be throwing her off. Maybe something personal. Maybe it's too much. You just never know because you're not gonna know everything, and they shouldn't have to tell you everything. Look, sometimes we got to go through them storms quietly. We got to go through some quiet storms. Adversity has no expiration date. It has no. It's Look. We're gonna go through it whether we want to or not. And sometimes we see it coming, and sometimes we don't. Right? Okay. Next up is Medina Okot. Woo. Look, I love me some Medina Okot. I be trying not to glaze the players and everything. So if I get a little hype up on some players go to a 10 instead of 5, it's okay, America, okay? Because I love all the Dream Team girls, okay? That Medina Okot, guys, I'm telling you, there is something special about Medina Okot. And yes, guys, I don't play about Medina Okot because I did the research, about her family and all that great stuff and what she had been doing, like kind of like my Miller, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, she got a special place in my heart too. So don't come for Medina. You know what I'm saying? Critique her, do whatever you got to do. But any negative stuff, don't come in this chat and say it, and don't come in nobody else chat and say it, because sometimes my finger might just hit that button. Don't tell nobody. That wrench be happy. But I ain't did it yet. I'm just saying. Don't critique so bad when you're, saying you're knocking players down at the same time. Right? Um, Alicia Gray, Lego lady. She loves her some Legos, guys. But and she hilarious at the same time. Alicia Gray, um, you know, Gray was going through her her different. Well, she was going through different things in this season. You know what I'm saying? But one thing you're gonna get. from Alicia Gray, you're gonna get that effort. You know what I'm saying? I seen the changes in her when she was shooting her shots won't fall. She was driving it to the basket, driving it to the basket, and every now and then they'll be like, "This present is mine. This present is mine. I see you guys, but today this present gonna be mine. So I'm gonna have this ball for a little bit, but whatever works, right?" But Alicia Gray, she good. She good. You can't take no away from Gray. Um, we might see her going through some stuff this season, but she still managed to do the best that she can do. You definitely gonna get that effort from Gray. Gray is something special as well. Let's talk about Barlays, guys. Let me tell you something. Let me drink me some tea on Barlays. Hold on, Barlays. I'm gonna put this in the nicest way I can. Barlays, listen. I don't know what's going on, Barlays. Because in the beginning of the season, you know, we seen some good things from Barlays. And here and there you see some things, America. But Barlays, what's going on, girl? You ain't got to tell ADP. Just shorten your work. After All Star, just shorten your work. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's going on with Barlays. I don't know. I don't have a whole bunch of words for Barlays right now until after All Star. But I do want to see. I want to be. Well, I do. I want Barlays to be the best version of herself. And right now, I don't know what's going on because if you could start off in the season like that, you could kind of keep it going with something. So it's little things that Barlays do. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Maybe she'll tell us what's going on, and maybe not. But just give some good effort. Navarre, we really haven't seen Navarre play like that. Um, Kone, um, Kone too. Kone. Sometimes she can be up. Sometimes she can be all around. Sometimes she can be like if it's not her day. So I need to. I don't know, guys. I need to see something else. Her and Barlays is like twinning right now, and I don't know what's going on, or whatever. But I need to see some things at the All Star. But like I said, someone was saying that the Dream don't do trades, you know, in the middle of the season and stuff like that. And I really think the Dream should just keep what they have for what they have, and then if they want to do something else next season, then do that. But right now, we already half into the season. I mean, even if you do that, it depends on who it is. You know what I'm saying? And then they got to go in there. And they got to have that chemistry. You know, it's easier said than done to say bring players in. Aaliyah Nye, you know, not we haven't seen a whole lot from Nye. Um, Satori, we ain't seen nothing from Satori really. And then Bree Jones is back. Bree Jones is back, and guys, she actually did really good with her first day back. Now, just give her some time. And Bree Jones, know that we are not rushing you. We know who you are. You don't have to prove yourself to anybody. Just go out there and just be you. You don't have to prove it to us. We already know you got it. So kudos to Bree Jones for coming back. It takes a lot, guys. Even though it seems easy for us to say, we need you to come on back now. You know what I'm saying? You done had this surgery. You done been through this. Your mind go through a lot with any type of surgery coming back. Even when you have a child, your mind go through a lot to get back, to your normal self and your body weight, whatever, however you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Look, ADP used to be 100 pounds. I ain't gonna tell you how many pounds I am, but just let's just say I like my meat. Oh, but anyways, but yeah, so kudos to Bree Jones for coming back and doing really good. I this right here, guys, I don't really have any words for Carl right now. Carl, I don't have no words, Carl. I really don't have no words. You know why I don't have no words for Carl? I just, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I seen the presser, and he was like, no, just making it clear there's no trades and that with Ryan. I wasn't expecting that anyway. I ain't fixed my mouth to say nothing like that. But some feel that way, but I don't. But and that's okay. But Carl said that's what shooters do. They gonna keep on shooting. He loved that. That's what Carl loved. But I feel like, what I'm saying, like it's a lot of pressure on players. I know coaches have certain things that they want the players to do. Um, but just like she did in the last game, she went to that basket because you're like, wait a minute, I'm Ryan Howard. Let me let y'all know right now who I am if y'all forgot. My shots may not be falling. Let me get up the confidence. So the end, you just never know what they're thinking or how they're feeling. So let me go ahead and do this. Let me go ahead and get to the basket right quick. You know what I'm saying? Not just one time. You know. So I don't know with Carl. I just don't have no words ever since I was in the corner root for Carl. I don't know, guys. It's not our relationship is definitely not looking beautiful right now. Oh, but yeah. Hey, Kathy. Hey, she whiz. Let's see what the chat's saying. Um, and then we're gonna get into. Oh my gosh, why my screen? Hold on, guys. My screen be shrinking. Okay, and then we'll get into Sandy's apology and the mental health behind it because I'm gonna tell you something. I don't want to hear nobody say nothing if Angel go to a 10. Nobody. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear Angel shouldn't do that and shouldn't. Nope. I'm, I'm I'm not listening. Okay. Hey Chicago. Hey Green. Okay, I'm gonna take it back up so I can make sure I read your comments. Okay. Um, people are impatient. There isn't a reasonable trade they can make to make the team better. The t- yeah, yeah, some every green everybody have different opinions, and they gonna have those type of opinions, and no, because look, if you bring somebody in the middle of the season, yes, they might be one of our favorites. They might be a great player, but you still got to build that chemistry on that court because it takes a team to win this game. It's going to take all, let me tell you something. It is going to take all the players on each of these teams to play together. Because guess what? After the All Star game, I want to see the dog fight. I'm tired of seeing these wah chihuahua and basketball stuff. I want to see the dog out of the dog out the games. We already got the refs doing that, doing what they doing, taking 30 minutes to do foul calls. So look, if you already know they're gonna do them foul calls, get that defense. I want to see some grinding defense. I want to see some nobody get hurt though, guys. But I wanted to see, that it's missing a little bit every now and then in them games. So when we get it, we be like feeling so good, right? We be on a 10. Um, Thank you, She Wiz. I sure did, girl. I enjoyed my birthday. Blessed to be here. Just the blessings behind it. But like I was saying, from my last post, I don't know. Did I go for my birthday? I don't even know if I went on. That this particular year she was this birthday felt a little different because I can breathe a little bit. And what I mean by that, breathing a little bit, like I won't ever get over losing Kaden, right? Ever. That's a lifetime of grief for a mom, right? But to get to the point where, because you could be living and not living. And what I mean by that is you could be taking care of business, taking care of your kids, doing whatever you got to do, but you still, that piece of your heart is going to be forever missed. And you got to regroup and you got to keep moving with that, right? So this particular year, I was like, I finally I got some happiness, guys. Not the fake type of happiness, not the happiness you move on type of happiness. I got some real genuine happiness because everybody's like of course it's a lifetime of grief, but it's so overwhelming. from time to time. So it's like, man, I'm feeling good right now. I'm like, this feels good. But I'm a relationship first with God, and then everything else. So I'm like, man, God, because me and God be talking all the time. Like I'm talking to you guys, me and God, we be talking like this. And I was like, you know what, God, I'm feeling happy. I said for the first time in a minute, I'm happy with my kids, guys. I love what I do, but when it comes to um, I guess happiness over trauma and grief, just to have a little happy place, that's a great thing. You know what I'm saying? Oh my gosh. So yeah. So that's what met you with. So yes, it was a great birthday. And everything that I was asking God for, I got and I'm continuing to get. And I'm just gonna continue to walk by faith and not by sight. And I'm gonna continue to encourage people, love the game of basketball, break it down, whatever I need to do, that's what ADP gonna do. Okay, y'all can put y'all tissues up now. Just messing. I don't even care. I'm a crybaby anyway. But anyways, who are you rooting for tomorrow? Your Miller and the Sky or Dream? Uh, well, tomorrow, this is how it's gonna go down. I'm definitely rooting for the Dream. The Dream gonna win tomorrow, but I'm definitely rooting for Miller to have a good game too. But she wears what's been happening all year. They'll start off going to Miller and then they'll go away from her. And I don't like. I'm very like a mama nurturing when it comes to these players. I don't like. Okay, of course they're gonna play her a lot tomorrow. You know that just because. But see, the plan they had didn't work out. So I hope that she, what I'm saying, don't get punished by that. We know the agenda they trying to do, but they can't do it because twins forever. The bond that Angel Reese and Miller got, they ain't gonna be able to take that. So we're gonna see. So I'm going for since Sky she on the bench chilling. What I'm saying, she ain't gonna be in the game. I'll be cheering for her. On the bench. And I'm gonna pull up some stuff from threads for about that Sandy situation. Um, Kiss said, I'm so pissed they are blaming Angel because what Sandy said. Caitlyn delusional so-called fans is blaming Angel, saying she needs to stop playing victim, saying that she brought it on herself. Look, kids, that's why what we have to ignore that and shut that stuff down because I'm telling you, this particular season, you're gonna have to have you're gonna have to have tough skin. I'm talking about for the fans. That means they drop those crazy shenanigans. We fight back by getting on these panels, dropping whatever gifts you got, posting, reposting, doing whatever you got to do because we may not see the clear picture now, guys. But I'm telling you, change is coming. The last gonna be first, and the first gonna be last, baby. So just wait for it. Just wait for it, because the process don't never feel good. It's a lot that when we go through it, it ain't no joke. But trust the process because guess, like I said in the beginning of this live, God is bringing them snakes out the ground. He revealing them coaches down to the players, everybody that for some particular reason got their mouth on this player, got their mouth on Angel, and they just can't stop. So now you seeing the wool and sheep clothing, you seeing all of them come out. It's revealing time. But guess what? You know what happens after revealing time? Victory, baby. Victory is coming. Because what they fail to realize is Angel Reese has God's favor. He is continuing to make her enemies her footstool. You know what I mean? So, and the way they be posting Kish and Chicago and She Wiz and everybody in this chat, the way they be posting and reposting on all these social medias for Angel Reese, I don't think they knew how big her base was. I think they see the numbers, but I don't think they realize how big her base is. And what you're not gonna do is continue to come at her like that. You're not. And sometimes You know what I'm saying? Sometimes these battles might be bigger than we can fight. That's why I be dropping them words of wisdom, and I'll be dropping the ones she be posting. I'll be reposting because she be posting that 54:17 Isaiah 54:17. She hasn't did it lately. Well, I haven't been. Usually I make sure and check on them when they post stuff, because sometimes you can read between the lines on a lot of stuff. But let me tell you something. When she dropped what she said with that clap back, baby, I fully understood what she said. So this is what I'm talking about. This is when it becomes dangerous, guys. And don't think, oh, y'all think she just apologized because she know what was coming. Oh no, the same way they got big dogs over there covering whoever special players, the same way we got big dogs on this side covering Angel. Some stuff you just can't do. I don't care if you think you can, because of all the positions that are people that are in these certain positions. You think you can do that? Keep thinking you can do that, because you're gonna mess around and find out. Oh, Gummy, you did not have your thumbnail up. So I said, look, Gummy, I said, says Gummy, um did not go live and he don't have his thumbnail up, then I'm gonna go up here. But since Gummy want to come to me, yes, Gummy, I will do this. Cause one thing about Gummy, he like to do teamwork. He likes to, like, he just a brother, man. But don't tell him I said that, cause when he get on the panel, we not friends. Okay, this link is for Gummy to come up here. See what Gummy gotta say. Um, so while he doing that, I'm gonna drop this dream one, and I'm gonna. Oh man, I saved so many things on threads about this situation. Um, let's see, I got a lot of stuff, and guys, don't forget that. Oh, is this my save stuff? Okay, let me pull this up too, guys. Don't forget, when I vets, she had a special day today. So make sure you do not forget to give her a shout out. I'm gonna show you guys that too. Um I don't know. Governor didn't say what he was talking about, but he will come up here and he will let you guys know what he was working with. Okay, let's see what Gummy got to say. Hey Gummy, what's going on? What was you gonna talk about tonight? I mean, well, this morning.
I was just gonna come up and go live, but I'm gonna also make a video. And this is my live because I'm with my sister, and I'm in a safe place, and I'm in a safe spot.
Oh, okay, okay.
I don't feel safe most of the time in this country of ours, being a black man, where others are so quick to close their eyes and pretend
Mm-hmm.
that
LC.
everything is okay.
Right.
Those of us who know, and if you know, you know, and if you don't know, you're going to get an education tonight. ADP, I thank you for letting me come up,
Oh,
because I think that they need to share this, because I'm finna blaze the fuck out of this live tonight.
go
And it's so
ahead.
good to be here with my sister, because my sister keeps me in a safe zone. My sister protects me. My baby sister is a goat and a dog at knowing how to understand and analyze emotions. So I'm waiting for you all to just share it with those ones, to let them know. Actually, I'm gonna hook up, uh, sister, before I go on. I'm gonna link
Okay, yeah, hook up. Yeah, go ahead and hook up.
up. Spell Sandy, name Sandy. What's her name?
Hold on, let me go back to it.
That's
Bondello. Um,
Sandy, Sandy.
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
and then spell Bandello.
Let me see if we got it up here. Hold on. Brondell.
B B R O B R O
Yeah. Uh-huh.
N
ON
uh
DEDELLO.
okay.
Okay.
She chooses to disrespect any black woman at all. I would say
Mm-hmm.
um, this is one of the most despicable acts in basketball, period. You know, we had a situation with the Clippers, and I'm not going to even mention that bastard's name. We have to wake up, guys. We are asleep at the wheel, most of us. It's only 5 to maybe 10% of us that is awake in this country that actually know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a fish, a guppy, a goldfish, a school of fish, you don't have your independent mind in any of this as we speak and think it. But goddamn it, tonight, baby sister, tonight is a call for action. And yes, they think they can give Sandy Bandello a suspension while Caitlin Clark rages and terrorizes black referees, black women in the open on Sunday night live television. An episode where we saw her go nuts on the American channels where everyone can see a
Mm-hmm.
raging beast of a young, privileged white woman who they said is a Christian. And when you have faith, as I always say, when you have faith and show faith in everything that you do. Because when you walk with God and you hold the title of Christian, Muslim, believer, you have a responsibility. What's going on, Jabari? You have a responsibility to uphold what good it is in the world because it's a small and it's a really, really speck of a thing. Sandy Bandello, sister, she intentionally
Hmm.
called that baby
Hmm.
what she said. Sandy Bandello knew exactly the language that she was doing in her foreign tongue because she's from Australia. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
In her being from Australia, it's called the indigenous people. And the indigenous people are us in Australia because we're everywhere in the 360 degrees cipher. And they have us as a endangered species in Australia because they were killing us wholeheartedly, like they said, the indigenous here in America, which was us, wholeheartedly. When the ships came, all of them, John Hawkins even wrote in his diary, Christopher Columbus, which was a half breed, wrote in his diary, when he came to these shores, he didn't see red men, he saw black people. When they came to the shores, documented, they didn't talk about the red man. They said at the shores of the waters, when they came and pulled the ships up, they saw black people. He said, I saw people as I walked among the shores, and those people were black. Verbatim. These are why they want to get rid of these books out of the library, and especially Barack Obama's library that was built here center stage in Chicago, because they didn't want another library to be built anywhere in America, because they don't want the young people, the youth, the ones that's going to make the change, you guys in the chat, to walk into anywhere where it has access uncontrolled, like the internet, of what you put to your brain, in your ears, in your eyes, in your heart. This is an untolerated thing by me, and I was so hesitant all day long, but I couldn't go to sleep, ADP. I couldn't go to sleep. I was out with the family, but I was, doing my thing, because, my uncle just passed and my auntie's alone, and things are happening so fast and quick in the world. And then, of course, in the world of basketball,
man,
things are happening so fast on the male and the female side that it makes your head spin. The crookedness of this world is coming to the horse's bridle. There is a reckoning coming. There is a reckoning. When she said she's a species, a protected species, meaning an endangered species, because an endangered species is what, sister? A protected species. Is that right? When you collaborate as a protected species, an endangered species, the protection of the world goes and solidifies, not to be touched. That's what she was trying to insinuate, but not using her marbles, because that's how the loose tongue it is in Australia, and how this is all over the world. The black people all over the world are definitely terrorized.
Right.
You have fear in South Africa. You have fear in Northern Africa. You got fear in Western Africa. You got fear in Eastern Africa of the terrorizing reign of these colonizing people. I only speak facts. I don't speak fictions, and I'm not using your platform, sister, as a political platform or base, because the cat is already out the bag. So let me talk about the cat, my baby sister.
Okay.
Since the cat is let out the bag and she said what she said about Angel, and Angel has already responded, and then, of course, the WNBA was quick to respond to what Sandy Bernardello had said. In the next day, why wasn't Caitlin Clark a quick response? Why right now we're waiting for a response of what she did in the open on national television to be critiqued, and suspension is rightfully so of how she acted during live videography. A telecast, a network saw her extremely disrespect two officials on the court. And one of them, a brown-skinned young lady that had nothing to do with the call or non-call. Sandy Bernardello, she said she was upset and aggravated because of the incident that happened to Nara Sabli. I beg to differ. I beg to differ, because I believe the frustration of her getting her ass kicked by the baddest, the best, that's right, the best young female basketball player right now that we're looking at. outside of my baby Paige, of course. The most dominant force in youngin basketball, it is unanimously. Instead of Sandy Bandello trying to figure out how to stop this young lady without beating her, sending in her bruises, sending in a young lady that was on the Chicago Sky that got her job took. Send her right on out to do a Charles Oakley on Angel Reese. But we all know that was not for protection. We know that she was sent out to stop Angel. Because Angel Reese don't go out and go seek out to go and hurt anyone. Angel Reese don't go out to play basketball so that she can get privilege. Angel Reese do not want special whistles because she's a straight dog. And she's an honest.
She don't have to. She don't need it.
Her game speaks for herself.
Yes, her game speaks for herself.
Her game is what it is. And you guys always have to understand that racism is the prevalency of this transitional time in America. Because we have those people that we have in the main office, in the front office of the White House, politicizing, the little bitty itty bitty of the willy white girl that is hated on by everyone that created the WNBA. When this league has an age of 30 years old. That's like you living your lifetime right now, and then good favor come among you in your 30 years, and you say you haven't lived those 30 years. No, it's you start living right now when the good favor came in your place. I beg to differ. Life is a plan and a plot of morals. Life is a plan and plot of actions. Life is a plan and plot for it all. I didn't want to really come up here, sister, and preach, but I came to tell you that young lady did not deserve and do not deserve everything that's going on.
Right.
Angel asked for none of this shit.
Right. Correct.
Angel just wants to hoop. Angel just wants to be great, and her name and her goddamn number raised in the rafters. She wants trophies to be acknowledged that she is the best at what she does. Which you supposed to get trophies and praise of being great in whatever you do that is different from others. It's a unanimous platform, a unanimous panel that Angel Reese is probably the greatest rebounder of all time right now in her third season and is halfway gone. Sandy Bandello quickly had to put an apology out. It's because she know that what she said was a racial slur.
Mm-hmm.
If it was not a racial slur, why is she suspended? It's because everyone else, all of us caught it when she said it. I didn't hear it because I was covering the Chicago Sky. But had I heard it, I definitely was going to go for it. But last night's show had a blow up about the situation.
Right. Yep.
This is a serious thing, you guys. Yep. Racism exists. Baby Jacob is welcome to our platforms because we got love for him. We don't see no goddamn color. MDT is welcome on my platform. Michael White is welcome to my platform. It's white people always that come in and support and give me good messages about what I've said. They're welcome
Right.
to our platform.
Right.
But if you sit here and say that racism does not exist, then you won't have a conversation with me. You don't have one. I can't give you the opportunity to play those games in front of my face. So I will say
Correct.
on this platform,
Right.
angry fans, you in New York, and you know Harlem was what Malcolm X built, and you have a responsibility. Harlem is coming for you. Queensbridge is coming for you. Brooklyn is coming for you. Take that New York hat off, because one thing New York has always done, per to my man LL Cool J, Russell Simmons, and all of the greats that had come from the mud of hip hop, who started the game, from Curtis Blow and them all, they are conscious men. So angry fans, you playing a terrible game because New York see you. KTV, you are weak as they come. And then Mr. Jason Fatburger Whitlock has already switched his tone, because he knows that he was playing a dangerous game. And even Jason Whitlock see that he chose the wrong one. So yes, whatever your name, Ross, is, I forgot her name. Adrian Ross, whatever the hell her name is, use a sellout cookout for them people and go ride on a boat along with them, far as I'm concerned. That's what I said. Ben Daniels, not like us. You got the nerve to go up on your platform and talk about that Caitlin Clark is the most abused player in the WNBA. I beg to differ. John the Liquidator, you are so asleep and your head so far up in your ass. You support Shedeur Sanders, and you can see the disparity of what goes on with Shedeur, but you can't see what the hell is going on or what's happening with Angel Reese. You're full of shit. And I hope your day is coming, because the chickens always, you know what I'm saying, ADP, they got to come home to roost.
Mm-hmm.
You know that this young lady have been treated unfair.
Right.
For no reason at all, only because she beat Caitlin Clark. And she was proud with the John Cena, with the ring. RG3 too, him too. And the other guy that beats on his wife, whatever his name is. Talking about he pushing in the forehead. Ninja, you nigga, listen, boy, stop playing with us. Wiley, Mr. Wiley, you got so much to say. And you know the disparity for black people in this world. The disparity. This makes me angry. And I didn't want to disrespect your platform, so I won't go as far as I was going to go on my own at risk. And I won't put us at risk at all. So I'm smart with my words and educated enough to understand
that
Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese are two different people. They live in two different types of worlds. They have two different types of fan bases. They have two different types of people that cheers them on. But the culture, ADP, the culture, this channel that we are on right now, if you ain't subscribed, goddamn it, subscribe now. Because guess what? This right here, this is an exemplification, example of coming in, getting it out of the mud. This young lady does what she has to do to get it out of the goddamn mud.
Right.
Hey, T. Camilla.
Hey, T. Camilla.
I'm sick and tired of these mother suckers sitting here playing with us. I'm sick and tired of them. But if you think you can do things to Angel, we are all standing by. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
She got more aunties and uncles than you think. She got more cousins and friends than you think. She got more people that even on the other side that cheers her on and want her to win than you think.
Right. That part.
So as you rally, as you say those things, as you call her white Jesus, she's not that at all. Not leading the league in nothing but assists and turnovers. She give the ball and take it away. She give the ball and take it away. What's up, Emma? I see you in here. I see you, Jones. P. Jones, I see you in the building.
And guys, keep cooking, Bro Clock. And sometimes we have to have these tough conversations, and we have to keep it real and make the main thing the main thing. So what Bro Clock is doing is taking you through history, and sometimes you have to be brought back to understand. Some people understand, some people don't. So he's breaking it down through the history and what's going on now, and people are getting too comfortable. But like I said, Bro Clock, the snakes are coming out the holes. The sheep and wolf clothing are coming out. This is revealing season.
They can't stop it. They can't control that. They don't want us to be prevalent. If we're prevalent in something, they want to be in control of it. If we're the greatest singer, they want to hold and handle the business. If we're the greatest rapper, they want their hands in it to handle the business. If we're the greatest basketball player, they want to have and hold and handle the business. Anything that's editorial, anything that's media-like, anything that has anything to do with social, they want to be in control of all of it because we are not free yet. And that's why I play my song of freedom. Hey, Sister Sherry. I see you in here. I see you, Sister Sharice. This is the time right now, goddammit. This is the time that wherever you are in the world, and you hear me say what I'm saying, the culture gonna expose your ass.
Yeah.
Because the grassroots of it all, have you not forgotten that hoses was put on us? Have you not forgotten that dogs, German shepherds, that was legalized to have in every single precinct in America to sick on us? The baton, the white sink, the black sink, the get it at the back door because you can't come in the front. Did you forget what your grandparents went through? In this generation, did you forget what their parents went through? It has nothing to do with me, Bro Claw. Oh, yes, the hell it is, because it's going to come out, and it's out right now. The last 3 years, what have you been watching? What have you been watching? From shaving points and shaving stats and shaving popularity, from shaving everything to control it all, to have a media set and platform paid for, bots, all of these things to get you guys to believe that this woman, this white girl who's inferior to the basketball players, the top 20 shooters in 3-point just alone, she's not even in that. What's up, MDT? I just mentioned your name. See, that's the favor that you have, because when you real ADP like you are, sister, when you real like we keep it right here in the middle, in the main thing, I wish I would have heard that in real time, because I would not have let the Players Club in without calling the main thing the main thing.
Mm-hmm.
We have to wake up and understand that the protection of these black women are at stake. We have to wake up and understand that the LGBTQ community in the WNBA are at stake. Everyone has a right to be who they are. White, black, red, brown, purple, and yellow. Hello.
And Bro Clot, the difference is, guys, the difference is this time around is that we have so many platforms, so many social medias, so many people that are fighting for these players and the rights of these players that we're not missing a beat. Everything something drop, we coming with something hot, and we're meeting them right where they're at. So this time around is different. Like I said, we stay together, we win together. If we're separate, we're not going to win anything. But the fact that we are coming together for these players on our platforms and our social media says a lot. So what Bro Clot is bringing to the table tonight is 100% facts. You either take it or leave it. If you don't want to receive it, this is not the time for you. But this has to be discussed. It has to be talked about because nobody is backing down. So the difference is this time around is we not backing down. And when we fight together, baby, we gonna win together. Go ahead and finish, Bro Clot. Hey, Jacob and MDT.
Hello.
Hey, MDT. It's a certain thing when you have the gall to even try, Big Lou, I see you, to even try to be a racist in this time. What's going on, Juice? The audacity to come in with a 70% black and LGBTQ ran community in basketball right now in the league, no matter if you like it or not, to be abusive, disrespectful, disregarding, and lying outright on these ladies. All of a sudden, Alyssa Thomas was in the MVP conversation. Now she's trash. She might not have the best year because the team that she's on is not good, but ain't no goddamn way that Alyssa Thomas is trash. But they want to make you think that so they can force her out because they don't like that she's gay. I said it because the WNBA is on its transition. Hey, rightfully so, it needs to be cleaned up on how it's being ran. But it has nothing to do with who somebody else goes to bed with at night. We talking about the 9450. You are not black. You are not white. You are not gay. You are not lesbian. You are not queer. You are not none of those things on the 9450. You are a basketball player. And we want to be respected as such for our players. We're going to stand, we're going to talk, we're going to make videos, we're going to make lives, we're going to be here. We're going to talk about the truth. And if they get rid of us because we telling the truth, you all guys, y'all, you are the ones that know what's happening.
Yep. Yep.
Thank you, Eddie. She had 7 of them tonight. 7 turnovers tonight. It's a shame that we're trying to put Caitlin Clark in the place of A'ja Wilson, talking about she's not marketable. She's beautiful. She's tall. She's dominant. She can play all day long and night and dominate the situation on any type of situation that comes at her and her team. A'ja Wilson is dominant. And she is the GOAT. And Caitlin Clark is not nowhere in the range of that. And you guys try by popular committee that you want to bring an audience in the conversation of what goes on in the actual play of what's happening on the goddamn stage. You got the nerve to talk about what the hell people coming to put their eyes on and how good a player is? That's delusional. And we ain't dropping and drinking. We dropping that burger and not drinking the Kool-Aid that goes to wash that sweet shit down. Because no, not as long as Angel Reese community is continuing to grow and wrap their arms around that baby girl. Because I've been here since day 181 and my 10 toes is down. So the ones that come in, make sure you got your information right.
Right.
ADP, I am sick and tired of this situation of racism in this league. And that's what it's been the last 3 weeks. Because why has it been racial the last 3 weeks? The Alyssa Thomas situation exploited it even more. How racist that these people who put their eyes on this game really are. The congressional officers, the Fox Newses and the NBCs and the ABCs, the mass media, the Associated Press, they are all racists who empathize with Caitlin Clark, who puts her on a front street and who puts her in the place of people that are better than her. We are so used to white women and white men getting in the front of the line when they did not stand for an hour just to get inside. I lived in those times. You guys are young to fight for those times, not to do it again and let it happen to you. But unfortunately or fortunately, God let me be born in 1969. That was 1 year after Dr. Martin Luther King was murdered at the hotel on the breezeway, on the platform of what he was coming out of a hotel, going to a speech. Don't play with me as if this does not happen. Do you know that right now there are people that put out signs and walking around the Obama Association, the Republicans right now protesting, and why was the reason that the Obama Library was built? Wake up, they hate him. This is awful, and I'm about to land my plane. Get the money, because I told you I'm bringing it tonight, sister. Get the money.
It's on your end. That's on your, it's on your end.
Praise be to Allah. Thank you, MR66. What I will tell y'all this, I'm gonna say this, and I'm not trying to take my sister's show because she brought me up here because of my assistance. Because this woman, I honor this woman, I respect this woman, I am going to protect. 10 toes down. And some of you guys know that's in this chat that's going to watch this broadcast, because I did this so that it can go viral, because she deserves it. You hit the like button and you subscribe to this young lady because she tells the truth. She goes into the format of how a mental situation can cause a player
to lose their life.
Certain way of how they handle their lives.
Yep. This is bigger than what we see. This is like these players are getting attacked every time they post something negative or they pretend something is what it's not. These players are getting attacked. These are attack against their families, attack against their mental health, attack against their jobs. It's getting ridiculous, and we cannot wait until someone gets hurt to say something or to speak out. Let me tell you something. Your actions has weight. Your words have weight. They will carry. We're not on these social medias playing games. We are on this social media because we love the game of sports and we love the players. But there's a time and a place where we got to get up here and we have to represent. What they are doing to these ladies is bullying, physical abuse, emotional abuse, attack. They're totally attacking these players, and they got one main player that is at the top of their list for some reason, and we know what those reasons are. But like I said, you can't teach God's favor, and everybody can have it, but you got to choose. If you want God's favor, you got to act like it. And let me tell you something. That is one young lady who knows what she has, but don't get it twisted and think that she does not go through stuff and that everything is fine and she got to push on
It's
and
not fun.
she got to take it and all this kind of stuff. Have you ever noticed, if you ever had a family member or anybody around, they will smile and act like everything is okay and everything is good, and then the next day that same person you may not see them, or you may see them in a different light. So be careful on how you put your mouth on people, and be careful how you put your mouth on the protected ones, especially someone with Angel Reese, who is Angel Reese or whatever. But my main thing is that it's sad. It's very like sad and depressing to keep seeing this stuff over and over again. But we have to continue to speak out, because some things that the players want to say, they're not in position to say. But what I can tell you from this year is the players they don't care anymore. They are taking up for themselves. They're not waiting for others to take up for them. We've seen this with the Dream, with Angel and the players. We even seen the coach speak out. We've seen Nate speak out for AT. You know what I'm saying? They could have said, "Hey, you gone tomorrow. You speak out. You gone tomorrow." And they said, "I'm not about that life. I'm gonna keep it 100." He had her back. You know what I'm saying? Even though AT speak out, AT is always speaking out and kept it real on how she feel and how she's been treated. But the time is now, because every time you turn around, we pop on something, we seeing something different. But Friday, that took the cake. You bringing out a stretcher, you doing all this extra stuff, knowing, knowing,
We
God,
still haven't we
no.
still haven't heard what exactly happened. I wanted to say this, baby.
Well,
You,
they
you
played
keep
they
cooking.
played they played it over and over again. I watched it over and over again with that particular play. But
Hmm.
at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what Angel Reese do. They have put a target on her. And but guess what? It's not they're not gonna win. Point blank, they're not gonna win. So when you come out, let me tell you something. When a person show you who they
They
are,
are believe.
believe them the first time. Don't let them keep repeating it. So guys, don't think that Angel Reese don't know. Don't think she's not aware. But there's a time and a place where she will address it, and she did it, and she wasted no time on this one. Because regardless of whether you feel like yes, the coach, she apologized, and you know what I'm saying, that's big of her. It was bigger of her if she had kept her mouth closed and not said anything, to have that come out of her mouth. But I'm sorry, guys. I'm saying that I just got to keep the main thing the main thing. Normally I'm in this nurturing corner, but let's keep it 100. Stop excusing disrespectful behavior. We
That's
have
right.
to stop doing that. Oh, well,
Looking the other way.
I heard some people, well, she came out and she did apologize, and you know what I'm saying, and guys, I can't take away her apology. I can't tell her how to apologize. I can't tell nobody to forgive her or not, but you know exactly what you're doing when you do it. You had the time and the opportunity to not say it. That's where the mind is. Your mind thinks, duh, right? So your
Yep.
mind gonna tell you not to say it right from wrong, but you choose to say it anyway. So she chose to say it anyway when she knew what this young lady was up against. She know what
Yes.
this lady is facing. This is someone that didn't have no problem, didn't speak out louder than words. You didn't get no apology for it, whether you agree with your player or not. Right is right and wrong is wrong. This is someone that didn't even speak out, when everything happened with her player and Angel on the court.
Absolutely. And
So what makes you think What makes you think she was gonna speak out? It didn't slip out. That's what
But
she
she was
wanted to
sent.
say.
She sent
That
Izzy to do it.
that's
She sent
that's what
Izzy to do that.
that's what she wanted to say. When she said what she said that night, you know how you argue and you upset. You say the realest thing come
That
out your
come
mouth.
out
It comes out. That ain't no hiding. It's not that people feel bad for what they say. They feel bad when they get
because they
caught
got
with
caught.
it. Let's run it back. The fact that you got caught with it and you said it, then you come with an apology. You can come with all the apologies.
Keep
That's great.
cooking.
We apologize when we do wrong. We get that, guys. I can't, like I said, I can't tell her when and how to apologize, but we got to keep it real. You had the chance and the opportunity to not say it, but you chose to say it. So guess what? Everything that comes for that, you're gonna get that coming to you. And what happens is, I keep telling you guys, karma has a name, and she's coming quicker than we think. And like I said, this is revealing season, down from the players to the coaches to the organizations. Even though we already knew, it's coming to light. And guys, after the storms, there go the sunshine, there go the victory. But we got to go through this transition and get all this out. Revealing time, reveal all the snakes and all the sheep, and then you see the victory. But we got to continue to fight for these players, because I don't like fake people. I don't like people to try to play games and mind games. You knew what you was doing. You grown. We grown people. You knew. But you just got caught. Just say that. You know what I'm saying? And then again, I can't tell you how to say it. You said something, you apologize, and it will be up to our baby goat to accept it or not. You know what I'm saying? And we can't get mad if she accepts it, she do. If she don't, she don't. But she had a chance of an opportunity. This is Angel Reese's life, guys. She's been threatened from day one since she entered this league from LSU. Okay, that's more threats, that's more targets. She has a family. You know what I'm saying? Her family. This doesn't just hit Angel.
Security for her
This
mama 24/7 now.
this doesn't
Security
just
sleeps with her
right.
mother 24/7.
That's what I'm saying. This is not just about Angel. This is her village that she is surrounded with. This is her life and her family. And 9 times out of 10, people have these crazy masterminds. Well, if they have something against you or some agenda, they go research and look everybody up that's in your family or that's attached to you, and they will come at those people. If they can't get to you,
Absolutely.
they'll try to get to the people closest to you. So knowing all
Absolutely.
this stuff and knowing all that this young lady is going through, and then you still manage to speak out. Guys, let me tell you something. Right is right and wrong is wrong. She still continued to speak out, even though she knew what this girl was this young lady was facing. And then on top of that, this is what gets me, guys. You have your own families. Would you want your family to have to go through the same thing that you putting on somebody else? How is it okay for you to treat someone else like that, and you don't even want that for your family? But this is deeper. This is we don't try to get into all that politics and stuff like that. We don't have to get, because guess what? They coming out the woodworks. They telling on themselves. We don't have to say anything. Anytime you got on Silver coming over there and saying this particular player, in the W is getting this, that. Silver, where were you at with all these other incidents? Where were you at? You know what I'm saying? And some of the coaches too. Let's call it all out. Some of y'all favorite coaches that y'all adore and admire, when they speak up and all that kind of stuff, where were they? Where were they in certain situations? It's
Mm-hmm.
not just about miss me with this. This is what I'm gonna say. When it comes to something like this, guys, miss me with just one player that's on your teams that you're going to ride or die for. No, you need to ride or die for all of these players. If we're going
Mm-hmm.
for the same thing and the same agenda, speak up
Mm-hmm.
for all the players. Yes, you speak up for your player too, but
Mm-hmm.
look, 80% getting attacked. Okay, so speak up for all the players, not just certain ones. That's all I'm saying with that. So they know what they're doing, and miss me with that. I want to be the get the best coach award and all this kind of no. Coach your voice. Coach your voice. When real stuff like this come out, coach your voices, coaches. I'm holding every single body accountable, because these are these women's lives and their family lives, and they continually are getting attacked. Every time you turn around, it's something, guys, or it's some player. What's tomorrow gonna, what's, well, today? We got games. We got a whole lot of games today. We want to see basketball, but instead we got to continue to fight for what's right because if we don't get on these platforms, if we don't do whatever creativity or gifts God has given us to fight back, then we not change is not going to come. We have to fight, whether it's fighting through God's word, whether it's showing your skills, whatever you have to do. And I'm a firm believer that God will make your enemy your footstools. You think, listen, I pray for these players and I pray for their family, whatever they're asking God for and whatever they need to be protected for or by, that happens because I know the God I serve, right? And in that, we are going to face adversity. We're going to, there's no hiding from it. But in the midst of that adversity, we got to fight. You hear me? So that's
Mhm.
when the nurturing comes along with the fighting. We have to bring it out. So me coming up here, speaking on this is very. I had to think about it, bro. Claude. I had to play it over and over again, because I was like, how do you address this? Because you don't want to address it on a full blown attack. When you go on a full blown attack, nobody can understand what you're saying and they're going to miss the point. This is serious, guys. They got to stop saying, oh, this is not about race or this is not about it. It's exactly the opposite. You know, people talking opposites too, right? And think we crazy. Stop trying to play in people's face. It is what it is. But when you spoke out, you knew exactly what you were doing. Of course, you're gonna do the apology. And oh, no, I don't wish nobody to lose their job, guys. That's not what we're saying. We're just keeping the main thing, and calling them out because it has to be called out. It's a one-sided system in this W. We didn't expect all this to happen during the CBA, but guess what? It was bound to happen because this is what they've been hiding. And the fact that they comfortable with doing this is why when something hits them, they shout, oh, not me. Oh, it can't be me because I'm a billionaire. I got this, I got that. It don't matter how much money you have, baby. Karma ain't no joke, and you not gonna stop it. What you dish out, what seeds you sow, that's not right, you're gonna have to reap. Let's keep it 100. So, I don't know where we go from here. We still gonna continue to fight because guess what? The more they not stopping, they keep bringing it and bringing it, bringing it. And yeah, they suspended her, gave her a fine. They're gonna. You think she don't care nothing about that?
No.
They gonna take care of that and miss me with that, and you don't know what kind of game's gonna come from that team. But I pray that the players don't allow anyone to use them in playing their game and playing the game of basketball. If we want to see wrestling or we want to see a boxing match, we got that out there. We don't need it in the W. We don't need all that. Let the players play. But you can see that everybody's having a problem with it. And so this is where we at, and this is why we will continue to fight, and this is why they're getting comfortable. And guys, yes, we do have certain people in certain positions, right? And we do have a fight in this country, but guys, it didn't start there. That
No.
wasn't the beginning. It
No.
doesn't matter who's in office. It's been going on. It's
It's
just that,
been going on
it's just that
before
they're more
this was even
comfortable,
established. The
right?
way the last 250 years or
They're
more,
just more
this
comfortable
in
with.
this established America, and then of course when we hit the shores 400 years ago, I wanted to say MR6688 in 1970s, in the 1980s, FBA's rule, MLB, uh, then the powers that has changed everything. I think the NBA and the WNBA are trying to do the same thing. I hope so. You have been made a monitor on my show, my platform, uh, MR6688, and also Brother Dennis and Brother Jabari. You guys are monitors on my platform. So thank y'all for standing up, being there for me, being there with us, being here right now to hear what me and sister is doing it. But I know MDT is in the building, Brother Jacob, my baby
Yeah.
Jacob.
Guys, whoever
Go
whoever
ahead.
has a wrench in the chat, get Gaming New out of here. If you see him coming here, get him out. We don't have time for the foolishness. We don't have time for the debate. We're saying what we're saying, and we're going to continue to say it. And if they don't like it, get them out. Okay. Bye. But go ahead. Okay, yes. We got Jacob and MDT up here. MDT, what would you like to say?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear you.
Fantastic. I've been listening, just patiently waiting, and I saw the course of events of the day and last night what occurred. I think Bro Claude and MSL and a whole host of others were kind of getting in this a little bit about what was going on, replaying the audio and the video of what happened, and ADP. I kind of pay attention what's been going on the last couple of weeks, and my uh, day of really kind of seeing something turn is when Adam Silver was talking. He was at the summer leagues for the NBA, and they were asking
Mm-hmm.
him certain questions. He was asked about Kathy's job security, and he says, "Well, we're looking at everything." And then he said this. They asked him directly, "Hey, did you get involved in the suspension of Alyssa Thomas?" And he didn't disavow it and just uh, moved on to something else, didn't answer the question, just kind of deflected. And then he said something about Caitlin Clark being used as a political football. That's the term that he used. And then all of a sudden you get to the games. And then, there were people on the last Fever game openly talking about the officiating that game and a positive whistle for Caitlin Clark. And that was a little strange. She got teed up that game too, or actually tonight she got teed up, and then of course that game where Angel, in that whole incident with Brondello, she also was teed up. So I've been over here with Bro Claude, and people are making the case of, hey, she's getting targeted, and over there, if you go to the CC Slurp sites, ADP, I'm sure you've either heard about it or you might somebody's telling you about it, or you might go to a channel here or there just to see what they're saying, and they're making similar arguments for Caitlin Clark. So all of a sudden you get to today. Officiating's a little weird, perhaps. Uh, Last night you get a 45-10 from Caitlin Clark. You get a 23-13 from Angel. Dream are looking up, and we're taught, instead of talking about that performance in Angel's game, we're talking about this. And Bro Claude has lamented over and over again is that we're not talking about what we should be talking about, which is the basketball, the excellence that we're seeing on the court. Instead, it's every day. And I've listened to him. He's exhausted. And I share that same sentiment with him. I lament this whole thing. I don't want to be talking about Congress getting involved in the WNBA. I don't want to be talking about the polarization of Caitlin Clark and whether you're there or you're not, and then the subset of that going to Angel Reese and people hating on her for no reason, and it becomes something that's very, very exhausting, and in my mind, just completely unnecessary. So then you get to today,
Mm-hmm.
where Brondello puts out that statement. I'm sorry, I didn't know it was offensive. I never met him. I worked with a bunch of black players before. I've been a coach. I have admiration, so on. And then an hour or two later, a suspension comes out. Okay, so we go back to Tuesday with what Adam Silver says. I'm not into the conspiracy stuff, but isn't this a little interesting that 5 days ago, he says that, and our officiating might have changed a little bit. We're getting Clark teed up. We're getting Angel teed up. They're acting swiftly with this Sandy Brondello situation, and she's gone for a game. And I agree with you guys. It's inconsequential because they're not a very good team, and she's just gone for a day. So I think I had somebody today tell me, hey, it's going to be a strike against her legacy. Really? That's your defense?
Mm-hmm.
This is really going to hurt her legacy? I mean, she says this while we're still talking about the conversation of the politicization of these women in this league. All of them.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That's the real problem. That's the real problem here, is that instead of celebrating what Olivia Miles is doing up there and what they're doing up there in Minnesota, or what the Valkyries did tonight against who was it? Who did they hold down? I don't recall offhand.
See, that's my point.
It's
That's my point.
And we should be talking about that. We
That's
should be
my
talking about
point.
those things. And
They
here we
played
are.
the Mystics.
And here we are. And I'm coming up here because I don't want to see Bro Cloud have a heart attack. You know, I want to support the guy. So here we are, still talking about this mess. He and I were on a live stream together where graciously he had me on, and we were talking about this stuff, and we were both openly just exhausted with this sort of thing. Just why does it keep talking about a foul here or a foul there and somebody wants to politicize it, or we want to denigrate Angel Reese because we're CC fans or we're Fever fans. Ridiculous. Why does it have to devolve into this sort of thing when it doesn't have to? It doesn't have to at all. And I share with you, ADP, that we should support the players, all the players. Nobody deserves to be harassed any way, shape, or form through social media like this. There shouldn't be any sort of racial type of commentary towards players when you blow your parlay. That has nothing to do with these players. They're trying to do their best. I mean, if you want to get angry about players not trying to win, that's the NBA. You know, where that's just a thing, where here, these women are giving you 100% every game. And it doesn't matter how much money they make. That's the best thing about it is they're showing.
They're trying to stay on the roster, not to be purged.
They're cutting first rounders in this league. These women want to play, and it's very competitive. So they deserve, in my opinion, our support. And I know they're over on the Slurp sites. They're going to take this story that we're talking about tonight and make it seem like it's reverse racism because Tammy Fenbenley decided to interject Caitlin Clark into that discussion, which was completely unnecessary and unwarranted, because that's what it's going to do. They're going to take that and say, see, look at this. Even Tammy Fenbenley thinks that, you know, if they said this about Cece, this whole thing would have been far different. It would have been okay. As if Caitlin Clark is a victim, and she's not. And that to me is the bigger problem. And I'll finish with this and kind of button this up on this topic. One of the saddest things I saw on YouTube, a video, and probably the most egregious, nastiest thing I've ever saw. There's a Caitlin Clark Slurp guy. He's out there. And he's talking about Clark, and I can tell he's a Midwesterner, and he says he goes to the game with his wife. He's got children. You know, he wants them to play a certain style of basketball. He wants to see more of the 45 and 10 stuff. And this was before yesterday's game. So he's going on and on and on. This guy came out in his video 3 separate times and called Angel Reese a whore. I'm sorry for my language, but that's what he said.
Yeah.
I was mortified. I cannot believe a man would say that about Angel Reese or any other player for that matter, without any evidence, without knowing her. How does that help your argument? How does that demonstrate to anyone else that, hey, you really are a decent human being? And you really think Caitlin Clark wants that guy to be her fan? Just this ridiculous type of rhetoric. And so when Bro Cloud was talking about this stuff tonight, and I heard a little bit of your stuff too, ADP, that's what I was thinking of over and over. And that really, really bothered me, because I know that sort of stuff not only exists here on YouTube, but especially on X and Threads and so on. But, you know, this guy was more than willing to put his face up there, willing to put his reputation up there. And they allow that to stay there. That video is still up. It's ridiculous.
They'll be quick to come. You know, ADP. No, I got in some real serious trouble. Probably about 5 months. ADP, 5 months ago. Well, I was threatened to have my YouTube taken down. Yeah, just because I was not saying nothing racial. I was quoting facts. And because how I was quoting, yes, I was cussing. Yes, I have gotten better on my platform. And yes, I have to evolve myself. But the disgusting and despicable things that are being done, to Angel and the rest of the girls, and the total disrespect and disregard for Asia Wilson, the total ignoring of Asia, and this is where we at, huh? This is where we at. And
Right.
I'm not going, I was trying to, Tony, no, I cooked the meal, I barbecued, my family ate. I was in the bed, ADP, and I couldn't go to sleep because it bothered me so much that I was coming down here to do a live, and I was like, ADP on. So this right up my alley. I'm finna light her shit up so everybody can understand what the hell is going on. And we band together. We band together. And we gonna beat that no matter if it's on my platform, your platform, Tony platform, Sister Keisha platform, or my big brother KSAP platform. It doesn't matter. But the thing is that the network has to be in solidarity in where we stand and what we're doing. I know Sister Tony come up, but go ahead, brother, baby Jacob. Go ahead and speak. I know.
Oh, wait, let me touch on MDT. I know that you're getting tired. We are overwhelmed and we're getting tired. But if we sit back and we do nothing, then we're just as bad as the person that's doing it. And I'm sorry to say that, but we have to speak on it because look, if you notice that when we do say something, and I'm not talking about the ones that be like, going crazy. When we do say something, it's making moves. It might be little steps, but we're seeing little different changes, in between us, using our voices on the social media and the platforms. And I get it, MDT. I am tired. Sometimes I have to take days off and take a break. That's why I was like, I really had to think about it and, watch, what I say, because I don't hate people. You may not, what I'm saying? We don't like the ways of people, but they're still human, even the ones that saying the crazy things. You know what I'm saying? And with me, I don't, I love a rainbow. My grandbaby is biracial, and I dare you, right? So I get it. I get to see both ends of it. I'm gonna continue to fight for everybody, but sometimes not everybody see it in the way that ADP see it. You know what I'm saying? Or that we see it, that we're tired. But we have to fight, MDT. Just like you came up with you and you gave your opinion and your voice. They need to clip that because you're tired. You know what I'm saying?
Well, everybody knows here. I'm a Fever fan.
Yeah.
I'm a Clark fan.
Yeah, I know.
I'm a fair guy. I'll come up and I'll say things and I'll call things out. If she's acting like an entitled brat, I'll say that. I was up with Tony was there, Bro Claude was there, and so was Keisha, and I said Holy Mitchell over and over and over. They were there to see that, So I am with this platform, and I'm with the movement, and I'm with you 100%. And I didn't say all that stuff to suggest that we need to stop.
No, I know.
It's more of I want to support, and I'm on this with you guys. Even though I'm a fan of another team, but as you can tell, I just don't watch Fever games. I watch all games, and I'm looking for excellence. And I've seen it's opened my eyes to a lot of phenomenal people, not only here but in the league itself. And absolutely.
So, and it's sad, MDT, because if you want to break it all the way down, they are using these women for their own personal agendas in their personal gain.
Yep.
That's if you really want to boil down to it. And we could, the politics are in it. Yes, most definitely. We get that. You know what I'm saying? We're not crazy. We get all that. Mm-hmm. But this is why I say the fighting coming into it, because we didn't know the CBA and all this stuff was going to do all this. But it wasn't even about the CBA. This was something they had planned all along. So, yes, we do have to speak out. And I understood very well what you were saying. I didn't take anything the wrong way. You're entitled to speak and say what you feel and how you feel. And you're a fan. You're tired. We do want to see good basketball. We do want to be up here saying, hey, such and such did this today. Kelsey Mitchell threw down today. You know what I'm saying? JC did her thing with this. Just different stuff. But it's like we're having to do that and mix it up with this because it can't be ignored. You can't keep beating these players down no matter what color they are. You can't keep beating and tearing them up. You know what I'm saying? But it's an agenda. They don't care. It's a agenda that is full of women. I don't care what who they date or how they date, whatever the case, that's their personal business. But this is a league of women, and that tells you something right there.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Jacob. Oh, sorry. Did you want to say something, MDC? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm with you. And the exploitation of the women in this league is rampant. It isn't just YouTubers. It's the people who own the teams. It's the networks, and they are making a mint off of this movement. And that should solidify everybody to join into something like this and be supportive of these athletes, because there won't be too big of a voice. Won't be. Think about how this whole thing with Sandy Brondello went down. I think the turning point is when Angel Reese posted something on social media, and then all of a sudden it gets attention and they have to move on it. You know, it would have been nice if they did it sooner, like right after, before they reviewed it, and definitely before Adam Silver opened his mouth 5 days ago. But that's neither here nor there. But yeah, it's a battle I'm willing to join, and I saw Broad Cloud up here. I heard him earlier. He's my guy. So if I feel like he's in need of a little bit of support, especially from me, because he welcomed me in about 3 months ago. Oh, that's so
nice. Yeah.
Well, he welcomed me in about 4 months ago, and we were chopping it up. And he came. I feel more welcome on channels like this than I do even over on the CC Slurp, because they take it a whole nother way. They want to make it about everything else but basketball, and it really just gets to a place where I don't want to participate. Where interestingly enough, I come up and see Bro Claude, and he takes me in. It doesn't matter. I'm a Fever fan. He's had to defend me a couple times and say, "Hey, listen, MDT's this guy, but he's all right. He's willing to listen, and he knows what's going on, and doesn't run away from the truth." So,
yeah, and it's good to hear everybody's different opinion and their voices and stuff, because everybody's not gonna like the players you like, or the teams. You have your teams that you like, and there's nothing wrong with that, So it's good to always hear different perspectives. And yeah, that's one thing about Gummy. Love everybody.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll be like, oh, not that one in my head, but that's Gummy though.
But he's got to be careful, because you can't have everybody up here, because some folks just want to take it another way and go off the rails and maybe use some profane language, or make it, just a place to where it's not appropriate for everybody to listen. And I understood that right away from the very beginning. So that if I was going to come on, you better come with some substance. Better have something. Something to say.
Yeah, look, I stick on the research side, and you might get a little stats and stuff from me every now and then. But well, I'm more nurturing, but
yeah. I've heard you. I've listened to you. When usually on with Bro, MSL's there, and if you want to keep up with that dude, you better know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it was Sale. He's definitely a good one too. What's going on, Jacob? What you got to say about this matter? You want to say anything about the whole situation?
No, y'all hit it on the head. So I don't really have nothing to say.
Do you feel like Sandy said it because she felt like she had to say it because she said it and we heard it, or do you feel like she meant what she said?
I honestly, personally, me, I'm not really I'm probably gonna word it a little differently. Y'all probably understand what I'm gonna say here. I personally don't care for it. I think she's trying to save her own ass. That's what basically I'm saying. She's trying to save her own ass because she got caught. If no one ever brought it up, she would have never apologized. So.
Yeah. That's really, it is. That's
I feel the same way, baby Jacob.
That's a very good point, Jacob, really, to break it all down at the end. Because now I missed the part. I had to do it on the playback with Tony and Keisha, and they were talking about it and saying that, she was going to suffer some consequences from it. or whatever. And so when you know you that's what I'm saying, the mind knows what it's doing. Your mind is going to tell you not to say it, but you're going to say it anyway because you feel like you're not going to suffer no consequences. But when you start seeing them social medias get hot, because they, let me tell you, while the game is going on, while we doing our thing, them social medias are constantly blasting. They're dropping every little look, every little play, every little highlight, everything you doing wrong. They are posting it before the game even ends. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
they watching little stuff. They know. So she was like, okay, maybe she was like, let me go ahead and just do it right now. But either way it go, that it was going to have some type of consequence. We didn't know what it was going to be. So whatever they felt was right, that's what they did, right?
Tony here, baby
Hey,
sister. Tony here.
Hey, Tony, how are you?
Hey, Tony.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Y'all good?
Oh, it's not Tony, not Tony.
No.
Y'all got me up this late. What is going on?
Well,
Go to bed, Miss Tony. It's 1 or 2 a.m. where you're at.
Uh-oh.
Shoot, man,
Well,
look here. I am up, Jacob. I am up. What's going
Well,
on, baby Jacob?
Oh Lord, hello.
Bro Clyde, well, I came on because I didn't see anybody else coming on, but I wanted to talk about, the dream and mental health of the players. But basically, Bro Clyde came up. He gave us the history lesson because sometimes you have to take it back. And so he broke it down for the people that didn't understand. He brought it to light for the people that did understand, was taking us through the history lesson. Also, that he couldn't sleep because this was on his mind about, the whole Sandy situation or whatever. So he also broke that down too. So yeah, that's where we're at now. MDT, he did his response on how he felt about everything, and Jacob did just end it. Look, he just put it all together and say, "Hey, this is what it is," and so basically,
It's basically what I said last night. And welcome, MDT. I see you
Hi,
all
Tony.
the time.
Yeah,
Hey.
I heard you earlier too, and that's kind of where I was going. Like, I think you said something in effect. It was good that she came out with apology with no excuse and just said what she said.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and that was like a starting point. So, but I liked your take and I like Keisha's take too. And I wanted to ask you guys that I'm sure you two are going to watch that soccer match tomorrow. Is that right?
I'm a scary it for sure.
Right.
I'm a scary it for sure. Hey, soccer is the hot topic, but Sandy Brandello is the number one topic. That's just crazy, right? So, just like I said last night, when we watched the game and it happened, immediately, Keisha asked me, and like I said last night, hey, we knew that there were going to be repercussions as soon as it happened. And it's one of those things like she's going to get ate up either way. Again, did not know what the repercussions for that would be. I did, however, see a fine coming for sure. Did I see a suspension? No. But is a suspension warranted? Yes. The reason why the suspension is warranted is if you don't start getting a hold of all of this craziness, it's because it's already out of hand. It's just going to get worse. And it's no longer going to be in the hands of someone like Adam Silver and also the crazy lady, right? Kathy Engelberg has to make a sound decision when this stuff is happening. I understand that Adam Silver is her boss, but at some point you hired me, and what you hired me for, you need to allow me to do it. But when she does that, she has to take measures for the stuff that is happening. And because she has not, and we are in this for the third year now, and you did not take care of this year one because you thought it was good for ratings, it is so out of hand where situations where, like I said earlier, what's going to happen is somebody, and I don't wish this on anyone, but if they do not get a hold of CC first and foremost, because you got to get control of her in order to get control of the narrative that's out. And the narrative that is out is that she's able to do whatever she wants to do. She's able to spill whatever nonsense she spills. She's able to cuss referees out and there's no consequences.
She did get teed up tonight.
Act a fool. Absolutely. I'm so glad they actually did a really good job in this game, because you have to. And the reason why that is based on what happened.
Yeah.
It's literally based on the fact that you got a dang near 20-year-old coming out saying 38 or 31 calls to 18 is diabolical. The game is there, and like she said, I'm not saying that we didn't foul, but to call it the way that you did when they're able to do something and then we're not. It's the same thing when JC came on and she spoke like, I don't know what Angel has to do to get a call. She's getting hacked up and down the lane.
Yep.
You see this more times than none, and I was a little disturbed a little bit with the chat on the Full Court Trio, because although I did not engage with the chat, I got to see all of the craziness in there. It was just so unreal and so out of tune that most of the CC fans are. And I don't, you're a CC fan, but you are a Fever fan. So that's the difference, right? When you are just a CC fan and you don't follow the W and you only come in and say something and voice an opinion when something didn't go right for CC or CC didn't have a really good game, it's everybody else's fault. It's a problem. We find tangents to make justifications for her behavior, how she maneuvers, how she walks off from the court to the locker room. We keep saying, oh, she's got a back problem. That's BS. You do not dismiss your coach, walk straight past them, don't like what happened on the court, and go straight to the back because you're having back problems. If you have a back problem, sit out the game. If it's still hurting, you sit out another game. If it takes you to do what Angel did last year, I believe Angel set out, 11 games? Angel set out like 7 or 11 games or something like that. And guess what? She came back when her back was fine and she was able to play and be at her best and did not take any chances. If that's the case for CC, then that's what she needs to do. If she can't, then she needs to stay her happy, but on the court, deal with the moment. Stop spazzing out. Stop saying people are fouling you when you're not getting fouled. Like, all of this stuff has to come to an end and allow her to get better. I said that earlier. She cannot become a better player if we're having excuses and giving her unnecessary calls for things that she's not decent at. You can't force a player to not stay in front of you by pushing them aside, extending your arm bar, bumping into them, pushing them, and then flaring off like, oh my God, they just killed me. They shot me in the leg. They put a bullet in my chest and I can't breathe. Oh my God, like stuff like that. We've got to stop this. It is unreal. And Silva coming out and saying what he said needs to be slapped, period. You did not make the matter any better by saying you don't believe that is the ref's fault. Then whose fault is it?
Oh, he did.
Then are you essentially saying that it's CC's fault? She's a great player. And then you said, although by way that there's some calls that the refs can make or some situations that the ref can get control of, that's not telling me that you are saying that the referees don't have a big hand in this. They have a hand in this, Silva, because you told them to.
Yeah, he did say that they needed to improve in those statements that he made.
Yeah.
And to your point about Kathy has bosses, he has 30 bosses. So she's by default has 30 bosses, him, the other 6 WNBA owners, and the 18% of the private equity people, answering to a lot of people. But I can tell you, as a whole, the women in this league, the coaches, everybody has eyeballs on them. Just like what ADP was saying earlier about the attention that is bestowed on this league, rightfully
Absolutely.
so. So everything is amplified, and you are correct about the Indiana Fever as a whole and CC herself. That stuff is bad optics, every bit of it. So she almost crashed out tonight, and I was cringing watching it. It's probably good she got teed up, because maybe you'll stop doing that. Because if you think that's going to help you get more calls, good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Yes,
in fact,
absolutely.
Bro Claude was talking last night with MSL, and they're a little worried about what's going to happen with Angel, because she's got 7 techs, because they're looking to tee her up. Yeah, that's a real thing, and CC's next on that list.
Yeah, she just got her 7th one today.
Or 6, but
is it 6? Did they rescind one?
It's still 6. She had 5.
So she had 5. I thought she had 6. Okay,
she's got
so
6
she
now.
has
still,
6 now. Okay,
you're coming close to that number, and if you keep behaving the same way, and that's the point, that this sort of stuff is going to happen. And you mentioned me being a Fever CC fan, and that's true. I started watching other games because I wanted to see if what the narrative that I was hearing on the Slurp sites was true or not. That she's the only one getting fouled, and I found out they're full of it. It's not true. Everybody's getting fouled. And so you only know that if you watch other games.
If you watch other games, that's my point. And that's why we like BD. BD is a CC fan, but he comes up on all of our platforms.
Yeah, Big Dog
he loves
School.
being himself, right? So
I've been on his channel before.
There's a few Fever fans that actually enjoy the game, and so it's refreshing to have a conversation, because you don't always have to agree. That's one, but you don't have to be a menace. And you just got some that specifically come to this page to our network, just to be a menace. And it's particular 3 of them, and they're added on all of the channels, right?
And I got to give you guys a lot of credit, because I've been on other channels that are AR5 adjacent or AR5 channels, and they'll get a bunch of bots, and they'll get a bunch of people who are trolling them, and they're CC Slurp people, and then I show up, and they'll start treating me like I'm part of the Slurp, and that's never happened here. So salute, because I understand that stuff gets exhausting, and you just want to kick people out, and it's easy to lump people in and think that, okay, well, he's part of that, so he's going to say that stuff, but it's been more than welcoming over here, so I do appreciate it.
Right.
Yeah, because you can have a difference of opinion, MDT. That's not the problem. It's when you are going at the people in the chat and the people on the panel for like anything with an Angel Reese or any other player, but mostly Angel Reese, that are attacking, the panel or attacking the people in the chat by having to, not agree with what they're saying. So it's okay to disagree and agree. Definitely, we don't have a problem with that.
Yeah, we don't have a problem with that.
When you start attacking the panel in the chat and calling people liars and saying this about the player and saying this out of their name and all this kind of stuff, and even if you're referring to her that way, let me tell you something. We are beautiful queens. So when you say one thing about one queen, that surrounds the rest of the queens up in the chat and on the panel. You can't do that. So there's a difference in that part. That's when you have to step in. But when you're saying, oh, she's a great player, she got this type of stat, this type of, you can have that. That's your opinion, right? That's different. But if you have to bring another player down that bad to uplift someone, that becomes a problem, because now you're going into the negative words and the B's and the, and so many other things. So yes.
Yeah. Well, and so back to I was looking at MSL. MSL is correct. She had this, if she didn't get one rescinded, which she did, she got one rescinded. I remember which one, where she was acting a plum fool because she was like, you're going to get me suspended. You're going to get me suspended again. But at the same time, you can be a menace on the court. So, so she did have one rescinded. So that's why I thought she had 7, but she technically had 6. So she did have one that was rescinded. Whereas 3 of Angels was viewed and they didn't rescind anything.
Nothing.
They just not.
And she didn't do nothing like that.
But unfortunately, I mean, it is what it is. Now she has to play, but I would not play without energy. I would not play without what uplifts my team, when I know that we're getting ready to go on the downslope of a game, let's take the last game. Yesterday, for instance, like, they're getting that fourth quarter and they kind of get a steal. And of course, the team makes a run on you. So who brings you and pull you out? Everybody has that Energizer Bunny on their team that does it for them. So like Fever, to me, that's a Mitchell, right? I think that having Boston be such a whiner and a complainer already, you add Cece to that. It's just a team full of babies in a sense, and Mitchell is just like looking like, oh God, here we go again. Like, they gotta stay out of the ref's face, or the refs just need to text them up, right? Just tech them up immediately to shut them up. If you tech them immediately, guess what? The rest of the game, you have no problems. As you can see, once Cece got tech, you had no more problems out of her, right? Exactly. So that's what has to happen. If it costs her a game in the future, it just costs her a game in the future. Yeah, this is how you get control of the game.
If you remember that presser that Cece was in, and I thought this was indignant, and I railed against this too, where she's up there, just I'll pick out a game because I know this is going to happen. Why are you going to go up there and say that in a microphone, showing up refs like that? Ridiculous. You think they're really going to be nice to you the next time you go out there? I would tee you up too if you got my face like that.
The one lady that let it happen is crazy. I just think that is crazy. But basketball as a whole is something that we love to talk about on our platforms. I expressed that today on my channel. Like, we are talking about the Atlanta Dream. We're talking about the midway recording times that they've had thus far from start to finish. And the chat becomes about Cece. And I had to pause and I just had to tell them, like, we are here for something completely different. And all I see right now is Cece. You mention Angel's name and say Cece. Those two are not the same. Stop doing it. And they stopped after that. They went on to something else. And we literally just got to actually talk about Dream basketball. Sometimes you just have to. I know that Brother Claude and Keisha and everybody is like, don't worry about the chat. I don't really worry about them, but I don't want them controlling the narrative of what we're discussing, because now you're taken away from what we're actually here for. And if you're not here for that, if that means I lose 20 people live on my channel, I'm okay, right? Because then they know the next time they come, they will come civil, which I had some, they stopped, and then I had 3 of them come back. And it was just a conversation about what we were talking about. So sometimes you, as the representative of your own channel, I think needs to set a tone for your chat, so your chat don't get so out of whack. And it's not so much of me trying to control my chat. It's me trying to say, hey, this is what we're here for. Is this a topic of conversation? Is this what we want to get? And I know that's just me for my channel. I'm not going to do that on anybody else's channel, because your channel is your channel, and what you choose to let happen in your space is your business. But on my particular channel, on Vision, my job isn't to control them, but my job is to make sure that we're talking about basketball. When I see that it's getting personal, it becomes, let's talk about basketball. Let's get back to the basketball. I don't want to get into all the other stuff. And that's why I'm glad that you've had an opportunity to watch the W and understand the sport and enjoy the other women in the league, because there's so many more women in the league that we can talk about. Yes. We can give a little glaze to. We can support them. It's just a number of things. Some of the teams are just really, really good right now.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what excites me, because my number one sport is pro football. I love the NFL. This fills in the calendar for me. So It's WNBA, and before that it's Unrivaled. And then this fall, after the WNBA, immediately following, we're going to get Project Beat, perhaps. I'm excited. I love the idea of year-round women's basketball. Yeah. I won't be able to get enough. It'll fill my calendar. I'm already getting excited thinking about it.
Right. Because we have a lot of sports coming up and stuff, so a lot of track and all that stuff going on as well, so yeah, that's good. But we had to be able to address this when these type of things come out. And like Tony said, sometimes you have certain topics and like, look, let's talk about these things because you get tired. And you get tired of talking about the same person over and over again, or whatever every day. So you have to switch it up because this is a league full of great players.
Right.
But we are in a season, we are definitely in a season of we have to use our platforms, continue to use our platforms to speak out when things are not right, not necessarily going the way we want them to go. This is something serious. This is, like I said, these are these players' lives, their families, and everything they're attached to. Because when people come at you and they got certain agendas, it's not just about you. They come, like I said, they're coming for the people closest to you, the people around you, the people you play on a team with. They're coming for everybody because that's their agenda, So this was something serious. This was something that they took. They didn't waste no time in doing whatever they needed to do. But like I said, this is one of the players that has been going through a lot of things in this league. Some other players too, and then it does take away from the accomplishments of the other players. So this is why we up here and we have to address certain things. Will I address this tomorrow? No more. Once I address it, that's it. You know what I'm saying? If something else comes, I'll come back with it, but I have to take a moment to think about what I'm going to say before I say it, because certain things will take you straight to a 10. You don't want to hear no fakeness, none of that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You just want to keep it real. So with our channels, we support the players. We also support the game, and we do want to see some good basketball or whatever. But this season, I don't know what game it's going to be. I don't know what day because there's so much going on. But yeah, like I said, enough is enough. When you have the players speaking out for themselves and they don't care if they catch fines and stuff, that says a lot. They are tired, guys. So this is why I wanted to come up here. I wanted to talk about, like I said, I talked about the dream and the players and stuff, and how, different players are learning to do whatever they got to do to work as a team to win the game. Talk about how this is definitely a mental attack on our players' minds as well, guys. It's not something that we should take lightly, and that we're going to continue to do what we do. And continue to fight and continue to join together and try to get the best out of the games, even with all the shenanigans, because they got some good highlights. The game is very good to watch, because you don't never know what team is going to show out. So it's good in MDT to watch different games as well and stuff like that, because some things will shock you, So
I don't know. I love it all. Bro Claude, yeah. I told him I watched it all from 2024 on. The League Pass is one of the cheapest bargains for entertainment value. You get all these games for around $40. If you got time to watch, and then you don't even have to watch them live. You can watch them later if you miss something. It's fantastic. It's fantastic stuff.
Jacob, you say you want to say something?
Hey, MDT.
Yeah.
Remember a couple of games ago when Caitlin Clark was screaming in the referee's rate, what y'all were talking about a few seconds ago?
Yes.
Oh, she only did that. Oh, she only did. And all you CT fans that are in the chat right now, y'all might want to leave right now. I'm just going to tell you this. She is a bitch. She is a pussy.
Jacob.
No. ADP.
You can't use those words.
I'm gonna have to drop those Jacob. That you cannot say that, Jacob. You cannot.
No, we're not calling females that.
Jacob, we not. First of all, this is not what we're doing. We will not. If you choose to say that and think that in your own mind, that's okay with you. But we're not gonna do that, Jacob. We're not gonna call women bees. We're not gonna call them out of their name. Not on this panel, because you can have your opinion on a player, You can say how you want to say how you feel, but I draw the line. We cannot be up here calling any woman a B. Period. Whether we feel the same way, we like her, we dislike her, whatever. Okay, baby, but we cannot do that.
All right.
Yeah, because we have mothers, daughters, aunties, and stuff like that. You just don't. That's a big word, and that's not what we stand for on our platforms and stuff like that. I just don't believe in that. I just don't believe in tearing a woman down to that point of calling her a B. That's all.
All righty. Shit, I guess it's different than the way I was raised compared to everybody else. I guess it's different, but all right.
It doesn't have anything to do with different. It's just that is a very strong word to call a woman, any woman, period. So yeah, and that could be true too, Jacob. But you know that when you say things like that, when you call someone a B, they know exactly what you mean. That's straight up like top notch type of thing. I don't even say that to somebody I've gotten, in conversations with going back and forth. You just don't, you could say different things, Jacob, but the B word we can't do that. We just can't. So if you want to use it in a different way, that's fine, but we can't say that up here.
Yeah, the thing is we have to remove from that. Although it may have happened before, it has to be removed now because that's just not something or a way that we will want any of our platforms in this particular circle to go. And I'm just going to be honest with that. It's okay to crash out, but you crash out in a way that doesn't.
I didn't really crash out.
Doesn't demise.
I didn't really crash out.
Well, those type of words is a bit much.
I didn't really crash out though. I said it in a calm tone. If I crashed out,
even in a calm tone, Jacob, even in a calm tone, whether you're screaming or whether you're just spilling it out, to me, when you say words like that, that's like a crash out, because you wouldn't say that on just a general conversation with somebody that you're having, period, right? So if it's somebody you don't like, as like you just said, you don't like whoever it was. I don't know who the person is. I'm not trying to find out who the person is. We just have to be better up here. When you're in the chat and you want to say that, fine. But on the panel, we want to try and remove that type of language. If you notice that it is not happening on the other channels as well, we're toning that down. That's why our brother Bro Claude no longer have the crash out room. There's just different reasons and different direction in which we're going, and we want to try to refrain from that. We want to be better than what the chat is when they're going ham like that. We can't have that up here. You want to do that, great, but you have to put that in the chat.
What I want to say is, because Jacob is very intelligent, guys. He's a college student.
Absolutely.
And
Right.
Hey,
y'all don't act like it though. Y'all don't act like it though. And I've seen it in the chat though. We're not gonna act like that. I've seen it.
What I'm saying is,
Jacob, we just said that, Jacob. Right. Do it in the chat.
What I'm saying is that at this point right now, Jacob, nephew, we're going to Netflix, and you're going to be able to come on that panel. To come
Netflix? All right, never mind. I declined that invite.
On a world stage, because for us to be able to grow the network, we can't say that on NBC. We can't say that on CBS. We can't say that even on Fox. They go to the line, but they can't say what they really have in mind to really be that type of orient. So right now, what we're doing is, and what you said may actually have validity in it, but the way that we are going responsibly, because we are leaders and you're our future leader, and I believe in you.
So it's basically y'all trying to do centered. Okay, so let me rephrase. She's acting like okay. All right, I'll rephrase it.
Yeah.
MDT. She was acting like a. Okay, I'll rephrase it. My apologies. She was acting like a baby because she couldn't get her way.
Sure.
That's my apology. She was acting like a baby because she couldn't get her way, and she was upset that she was struggling because in her own mind she thinks that she's this great player and she thinks that I can do whatever.
Absolutely.
Everybody's gonna say that again, bro. Sorry.
Absolutely. Go cook. Keep cooking.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
So I apologize for the cuss word. I won't say that again. So I apologize. All right. She thought she could get away with anything. She thinks, I have Kathy and Adam behind me. That's not even allegedly no more. There was a report that came out and said this was not even allegedly anymore. She thought that she could do whatever she wants. And then when I saw that she was crashing out on the referee, I was like, okay, so why are people making excuses for her to crash out on a referee? But whenever Asia or Stewie do it, they ask for text. That's what I want to know. And when they came out and said, when I heard that she got a text today, people were saying like, hey, she got a text, so y'all can calm down. Like, that she's getting the same treatment as everybody else. No, she's not. The WNBA is just trying to cover their ass. That's what they're basically trying to do. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
That makes sense. Yeah,
that's a good point, and I will respond that if you go to the Slurp sites, they'll say the completely opposite of what you just said, that she is not getting any calls, not getting.
That's a lie.
Yeah, I mean, but it depends on your perspective. Those aren't my words. Those are their words, and that's their narrative. But you were on a live with me where I said she was indignant. Do you recall that? You were there. I said that. She was indignant in that press conference talking about, hey, if just tell me when I'm going to get my 8th, and then so I know what game to take off. That's an open challenge to the refs. Really?
Open. That's open challenge.
And that was 2 texts ago. So I don't think they're playing around. So and we'll have to have a difference of opinion there. But if she gets her 8, she's going to deserve it, and I'll say that now.
MDT, it's funny when she was talking about that. They need to call that. I was playing with contusion. I said, "Are you a baby? Are you a baby?"
Said a contusion.
Sure. I did. Bro Clyde knows I'm not a big fan of that stuff at all. That does not help at all.
She said like, they got a call. I'm like, oh Lord, okay. And then I saw people saying like, but she's the best in the world because she did this and that. I'm like, okay. I want to see some consistency. To me, and everybody has the best in the world, and everybody has their different term of best in the world. Everybody has a different opinion on it. So for me to be the best in the world, that you got to do it consistently on every night, every year. You have to be in the top 3. You have to be in the top 5. That's for me. That's how you can be the best in the world. I don't want to see this like on and off bullshit, and then you have a bad year. That's what best in the world is for me. I don't like it when people are saying like, but she's injured all the time. Before she was like the best. Before she was injured, she was the best player. I'm like, okay, stop. She's not even the best player on her own team. Kelsey Mitchell has been what? She had like that. How many straight? Is it like 10 straight games of 20+ points? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, and without her, they don't win tonight. So
no.
You were here earlier when I kept saying Holy Mitchell over and over. So I was real excited about that. So I hear you.
Well, her and Sabrina Ionescu in her rookie year were neck and neck for every accolade except for assists. She was 0.2 over Sabrina Ionescu. If everybody go and do your homework, her and Sabrina Ionescu had the same type of year. When the Liberty won the championship, her and Sabrina Ionescu had the same exact stats except for 0.2 on assists. Actually, for the plus minus, Sabrina Ionescu was beating her by maybe 4 or 5 points for that. And I think, what we're looking at right now is a situation where she had the second year, 13 games. She was shooting almost like 21% in total. And then now we're in the third season and she's not even in the top 40, maybe top 20. I know she's not in the top 20, but she's somewhere in the top 40. And that's not a great player. That's a good player, because if you're in the league, you're good, far as I'm concerned. To be a professional athlete of any kind, you are a good player in any sport. To be an elite player, you have to be exactly what you said, in the top 1 through 20 in any league to be considered elite. You're doing something different than all the 200 players that's in this league, or all of the players that's in whatever league you're in. You're in the top 20 and your name echoes in much. And then you're leading, like A'ja Wilson is leading the WNBA in 3 different categories, or she's in the conversation of those 3. So, it's very agitating. It's very I'm not surprised or mind boggled, but it's very consequential for us to be in an era where A'ja Wilson exists and we have problems on all sides of just acknowledging that she is the greatest that we've ever seen in this league. And it's mind-boggling, and I'm baffled. And I was asking Coach over and over again, the popularity, yes, it stands, but I get it. I get who you like, who you like. The popularity thing is a full effect. But then when it comes to, like I challenged MDT when he first came, doesn't your greatness counts overall? Doesn't you being better than everyone else counts overall? Your accolades, your championships, your personal refuge, don't that, Coach? I want you to answer me this, because of course you were part of this game and you were here, you coached this game. Doesn't that matter when a person who is the greatest player of all time, that you've never seen this type of dominance in this type of cycle in this day with this type of play, like the old school 80s and 90s of the NBA, why are we still talking about who's the face of the W?
That's a question for me, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So my answer is this. First and foremost, we shouldn't be talking about the face of the W. That was very clearly stated. I think the misjudgment of where they started this off with CC, it has been the biggest problem. Like, it should not have been said in the beginning, and then you wouldn't have all of the chaos and drama that you have now. This starts from the top. It doesn't start with CC. It doesn't start with any of the players. It starts from those that made her a mogul before she even touched the basketball in the W, right? You had certain accolades. You had your powerful players in college. And to depict a player in every so often as to who you're gonna make that big push for that big brand, that big icon. They said something in regards to CC that they didn't say any others, which has sparked such prominent problems that we have, because that's exactly what this is. This is not something that, oh no, she's the greatest in the world. It's not. She hasn't earned that. We said that earlier. Kobe Bryant wasn't the greatest in the world when he first came in the league.
No, not even close.
Neither was any of the other NBA players. And you didn't do that for any other W player. And there have been many, many players that have come through that have been better than CC. Have they been the longest? Have they shot the deep ball as she has? For the most part, no. You know why? Because they harnessed in on basic skills. This day and age, you have players that are overly skilled in multiple areas of their game. So when you see the generation now of multiple players with multiple bags, as you would say, that's the term. They got a bag, they got a swag in a bag, right? You have players that have a multitude that they're bringing with them when it comes to this game, but the fundamental portion of the game is lost in these very same players, right? So it caused a whirlwind when saying those very words and giving her that title early on. All the media did was follow through with it and brag it on and boasted it and boosted it. So we're in this big old whirlwind right now where no matter what anybody says, no matter whether CC has a good game or a piss poor game, if CC makes it throughout the full year because she's healthy or she doesn't, no matter what anybody said, they don't want to hear anything else other than, no, she's the face. She is not the face. She is one of the faces of
right, correct.
Not
I wouldn't even count her as a face, to be honest with
you. I'm sure that's your opinion, and that's great. And everybody has their
credit,
opinion.
Jacob, though.
Right.
Yeah.
That's everybody's opinion. Just like I was talking in the chat to someone in the chat, like everybody have their opinion, and your opinion is your opinion, and your opinion for the most part is always valid. In 2024, Caitlin won all WNBA first team. Those accolades doesn't even matter. And I'm saying that right now because now we want to go to accolades, right? It doesn't matter. There's other players that were rookies that did the same thing, but we're not talking about those players. We're spinning our wheels talking so much about one player when there's so many players, multitude of players in the league that have done the same thing. The only difference is that has brought just so much attention and the excitement that everybody is so goo and gaga over is the Logo 3. I'm sorry, she wasn't the first one that has done the Logo 3. It is just y'all are so glazed on it and has promoted it and made it such a prominent thing that the only person you see that does it, Caitlin Clark, she's not the only one that does the deep three. She's not. But we don't want to look at everybody else in the league because we're stuck on one player because this is who we came to see. So we don't care about anybody else, which sucks because without having those other players to play against, without having those other players to play with on your team, then you don't have a league. If you don't have a league, you don't have CC. If you don't have CC, then what the hell are we talking about? This is the point that I'm trying to make, that most people that only glaze the one player don't seem to understand. Oh, she can go get her own league. If she can, by all means, please do it. Please do it because it saves us the heartache of what we're going through in a W, and then we can move on and just have a decent conversation about the rest of the players in the league, right? So what are we talking about? The fundamentals of her game is
trash.
There. So we perfect showmanship, right? Which she is a showman type of player. Not going to take that away from her. Kudos to her. Love it, like it. Great for her. Great for the teammates that surrounded her. Great for the W, but there's more to see. There's more to desire. Let's work on encouraging her to work on the things that she's missing in the game. Because when she missed those things in the game and it's called out, now we're called haters because we're pointing out the very things that she struggles with. That's a part of her game that she should have already have in her bag from grade school.
To piggyback off of that, Tony. Interesting thing about the interest. So just last week, they released the ratings for that last Vegas Indy game, and it generated the highest so far this year, 2.7 mil. So it reminds me of something that I said on one of Bro Claude's lives about what if CC was gone. Well, we had our sample last year when she didn't play for 31 games. The Fever games went down by about half, but the rest of the league's games, those ratings went up, and they're continuing to go up, which means there's already a response to people wanting to see basketball that doesn't include the Indiana Fever and or CC. It will be just fine. The league will be just fine. And so far as the folks that want to perpetuate the idea that the money only came because of CC, that's incorrect too. Because
that is incorrect, but they don't want to listen to that.
The new money comes via the new media deals, and that was codified April 2024 before Caitlin Clark played her first WNBA game. Nobody ever talks about that. So they were going to get paid regardless. It just had to wait 2 years.
They don't want the truth.
So that stuff is going to come out. And if she can't hold up, which that might be the case, the Slurp doesn't want to hear that, but she might not. I mean, it happens in professional sports where people don't make it past 5 years because your body breaks down.
Yeah,
there are plenty of examples in that in every sport. The sport here will be just fine because I can't be the only guy that came in because of a certain player and a certain team and stayed to watch everybody else.
Well, you know what, MDT, when you come in and you have your players from college, what the WNBA does is it shows you all the other great players that you missed out on, you know. So that's what I love about it, because I'm like, oh, I'm adding her to my list. I'm adding her, you know what I'm saying? It's like, and they're all on different teams. So like Tony said, this face of the league thing is many faces of the league. But they have set this narrative and they're sticking with it. But actually, it's many faces. We got Angel Reese. We got Olivia Miles doing her thing. We got, even though you may agree or disagree, you have to give the players credit with what they're doing, whether we like it or not. You do have your Cece, you got Fee, you got Chelsea Gray, and the list, Camilla, you got Kennedy. You got so many great players in here. So there are many faces of the league. You got Asia Wilson, MVP 4 times. You can't take that away from her. You know, nobody's done that in the WNBA. Yep. So you know, it just goes to show, like you say, I don't know how they do it, but they do it. And some are just not fans of the team. They're just fans of one player, because when you come into the WNBA, you're going to fall in love with a lot more players than you think, because of their game, because of the way they carry themselves, you know, on the floor and off the floor. This is big. So for me, I just can't just have just one player. So I just say that because I know I was thinking about all the players I got, but it's a great thing. That's what makes the WNBA so special. But go ahead, MDT. I didn't mean
to. He was given straight knowledge, straight facts. Like we sat here and we were talking about just how everyone talks about what all CC bought. CC bought some crazy ass fans is what she bought. So did Angel Reese. They both bought some dumbass fans, period. That just refused to adhere to the sport itself, right? And so that's why I said them both. You have one thing I can say about the majority of the Angel Reese fans, right? They were here for not just her, they're also here for basketball. I think that when you look at the two fan bases, that's the biggest difference because CC fans aren't all, the majority aren't here for basketball. They're here for one thing, and they're here, but some branched off like you, right? And I shared this story earlier that on my doing my on my threads, I had a guy that came on, young guy that came in, and he talked about how he came in as just a CC fan, and he knew about basketball, he loved basketball, but he never paid attention to the W. And now that he's had an opportunity to really sit back, watch the game, it's exciting to him, watching and learning all of the new players, seeing what all they can do, and then watching the antics that he has seen this year has completely turned him away. There's no way that he said that he will remain a fan of someone that is out here doing some of the craziness that she's doing. So he's not the first one that has said that. If you go through time, you'll see there's several fans that are saying, man, I can't get down with this. You will have some streamers that saying, I can't get down with this. This is just ridiculous. And then you just have those, like now you have people just constantly, no matter what you say, they're going to find more reasons and more reasons to down. Again, like I said earlier in the chat, talking to someone, you're finding ways to downplay someone else to kind of keep bigging up what she's done thus far, or what you're saying is the biggest thing. And we show the numbers, but then we show the true numbers, and it's a lie, right? Oh no, you're lying. You don't know what you're talking about. I know what I'm saying. I'm important. No, you don't know, because you're not looking at the league as a whole. In that same year, so did two other teams bring very big numbers in 2024. When the Valks was formed last year in 2025, the Valks had the largest number of participants in their arena, and still to this day,
they do
sell out every single game in their arena, no matter how big it is or small it is, they sell out. That's the only thing, that's the most important thing. But let's keep the main thing, because again, like I said, we love to talk about sports, but the one fan that wants to glaze will always find a way to always make what you're saying simply about her. And it's unjust to the players out here that's busting their butt, that's not asking for handouts, that's not pump faking and looking for a call, that's not crying, that's not in the ref's face, that's not being a flat out bully to the rest of the players, but claiming that she's being bullied. Oh, you're all ganging up on her, when actuality, she's doing it to them. Like I said before, she slapped the living taste out of Thomas' mouth before Thomas did what she did. It doesn't make it right. And I'm going to say it over and over again. It doesn't make it right. A call should have been made. She should have been charged. She should have been suspended. She should have been fined, which of course she absolutely ended up doing. But if we go back to a few plays before that, Caitlin slapped the taste out of Thomas' mouth. So we don't want to go back and talk about that, but it's okay to constantly glaze over what somebody did to her, but never talk about what she did to the other players. Again, it's a twofold, and we only want to talk about the greatness of Caitlin. We don't want to talk about the problems of Caitlin.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And I'll tell you, I tell Bro Claude this at least once a week, where I've been over on the CC Slurp stuff, the streams that occur, and even trying to be reasonable is a tall
Okay.
order because
Yeah,
they
it's
don't
a
want to
tall
hear
order.
that. So when I say this same stuff that I just said 3 minutes ago about the ratings, oh, that's not true. That's not
Yeah.
true at all.
Yeah.
As
They
if
don't want to go
they
look it up.
actually Googled it or actually went online to research and find out what the truth really is.
No, they don't want to find the truth. They just want to know what they know from that time that they got from somebody else, and they don't want the truth.
That stuff serves as a dog whistle. It's an echo chamber, and I had to leave because if you're not willing to want to critique your own favorite player, then what can you talk about? What can you be really honest about? You do that. Bro Claude does it all the time. Hey, listen, we need to shape up here. What is criminal about doing that? But you asked why it exists earlier, I believe, and there is a cottage industry with this CC slurp. There are people that make a living off of that, and it's rampant. It's profitable.
They knew that they would make money. That's why they do it. I'm gonna tell you something about this MDT. A lot of them are getting paid to spill the narrative the way that they do. It's already been said. They've said it. Half of them have said it on their channel already. They're getting paid for it, and they're getting paid well. So why would they stop? It's just annoying, right? So when that well runs dry, CC decides, I don't want to play no more. I can't take this anymore because she can't handle the pressure. She cannot handle it, right? When she can no longer take it and she decides she doesn't want to play anymore, oh my God, the well is going to run dry so quick. They won't see a check the very next month. And then they're going to be like, damn, my money's gone. And mind you, half their channels have already suffered a blow. They're not making what they were making before.
And to your point, the smart channels have started to get into sub channels and making channels dedicated to other teams. I've seen a couple creators out there already doing that and already saying,
Rudy.
So, hey, listen, who said who, me?
Rudy.
Yeah, Rudy. Yeah. Rudy's done that. And he said, in fact, he doesn't want to do a lot of CC live streams of the games of Indiana because he said it's oversaturated. There are too many of them. He said, I got a really good response doing one of Olivia Miles' game. Yeah, that dude's ahead of the curve because he's also said in that same vein, she's not going to play forever. What are these guys going to do if
they ain't gonna do nothing but go back in the whole rabbit hole?
Right.
They're gonna go right back in the rabbit hole, and the same ones that glaze them, they forget. Like if they're young, I want y'all to say this, right? For every demise that you have for another player, and you come on here, most of y'all, I'm just gonna say it, Bro Claude and ADP, and don't get me right. I'm gonna say this: most of you guys that come out here and glaze this girl and show demise for others, you really look like crap. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I ain't never got to worry about showing my face because I know I'm pretty as hell. At the end of the day, you do what you do. If you got to hide behind the keyboard and you can't never show your face and you got mask behind a mask, to me, you weak. Like you weak. I could say some other choice words, but that's not what I'm about. But you're a weak person. That means you're a little boy. You're a little girl. You're not here for grown folk business, right?
Go ahead.
Here, what we talking about is grown folk business. When you want to be grown, then you talk to me. If you don't want to be grown, then you keep acting like a tyrant and being a nuisance for no reason. Because to me, you're a little child. You're a little child. But again, let's get back into grown folk business because that's what I'm about. Stop spearing out a narrative that you think you know and then go pull up some cockamamie stuff that you claim you know and you still don't know because you don't watch the league. God diggity dog, go look at doggone Las Vegas Aces, man. That team is doing their big one. Yes, they lost some games, but they still have a top record. They still up there with Minnesota. I heard y'all just talk about Olivia Miles. Y'all know Olivia Miles is one of my favorites. She's right there on the side of Angel Reese. Ooh. On the other side of Paige Beckers. My fives, you see my fives? My fives balling out of control. I ain't even worried about which one.
But Tony, this is the thing too, guys. Let me tell you something about this community. Where are you guys at for you CC wannabe fans when they are talking and they're uplifting the players and uplifting CC when she's doing good? Where are you then? But you feel the need to come and drop the stats and everything when we're clearly talking about something else. But they come in here, they do it to try to cause confusion. We're fully aware. We're fully aware. We're fully aware of CC's stats. We know what's going on with her, but you can't find them. You can't find them. Then you only find them when they come in the chat and they don't hear nothing about her. They will. That's when they definitely start posting. But you got to come from the beginning, guys, because one thing about this community, we're going to keep it 100. And they talk about all the players' accomplishments and stuff like that. So that's what I got to say about that, Tony.
They get mad at me because I got me and you, ADP. One thing I will say, and Sister Tony, Keisha, we got a whole lot of players that we stand with.
Stop talking about Paige Goon. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm listening.
yeah, and
we got a whole lot of players.
Let me tell you, and Bro Clyde, now when they first started, this is how I learned a lot too. They would say, okay, these are the players to watch from each of these teams before they entered the W. These are the players to look out for. Even if the players were not on their list, each one of them had different players, and some of the players were the same. That's how you learn. But go ahead, bro.
Michael Jordan made a statement, and he gave the exclusive one of his last sit downs before the last dance. And it was to actually help Ahmad Rashad and did him a favor. But on Ahmad Rashad's platform, he asked Michael Jordan, who do he say is the greatest player of all time? And Michael Jordan, the greatest player of all time, he said, I am not the greatest player of all time. There has different decades where players stood out. He said, when I played, it was just my time. He said, I would never say that I'm greater than someone that came before me and laid out a situation where I can play the game of basketball. He said that Elgin Baylor is one of the first to actually move in the air and score the game of basketball in a different kind of way that basketball at the time of its creation, only 20 years in, they have never seen. He said, so Elgin Baylor came in with an alley-oop from Jerry West, and they didn't know what to call. And that was great. That changed basketball. So if you guys don't know basketball, go look up who Elgin Baylor is. He was a Laker.
They don't know, Bro Clyde.
And with Elgin Baylor, all of these sweet moves that was in the air and going up and dunking the ball and hanging on the rim.
Yeah.
That was him.
Yep.
Dr. J, Julius Erving, Iceman, and all of those ones, his predecessors, benefited in the late 60s into the 70s, into the 80s from it, who created the next person, which was Michael Jordan. Everybody was dunking, but no one was doing it the way Mike done it, the way that Dr. Julius Erving done it, the way that Elgin Baylor done it up to that part. But along with him was Clyde Drexler that graduated in his class. Those guys were high flyers. Dominique Wilkins graduated the year before him. those guys, James Worthy, those ones who took flight in basketball and the way that you see it and the creativity that is happening, going in the air with the right hand, then laying it up with the left hand. All of those creations and creative things, Michael Jordan never took it on himself to call himself the greatest player. And he also named somebody that was greater than him to look out for. And that was Kobe Bean Bryant. He said, because obviously he stole all of my moves. And then Kevin Durant was another player that he, in that exclusive. So y'all go look it up in that exclusive to bring you guys, to let y'all see the character of a great player. He said he would never take away accolades from Wilt Chamberlain. He said that he would never replace Bill Russell. And he don't think that Bill Russell got his just due, and he should be the logo of the NBA. He also said that Kareem Abdul-Jabbar by far was the most dominant center of his time, which birthed a Shaquille O'Neal from Kareem, Wilt Chamberlain, and on. We have seen greatness in different ways of this game. Now, is the NBA the way that it was originally supposed to be created for? No. Has evolution taken place? Yes. Has it become more of a fascist league? Yes, it has. Yes. But in its fascistness, we still are now. That's why they're going back to having real mean games, guys pushing on each other, and we're getting more should I say, more forceful play from the new players that's coming in college. One such as Caleb Wilson. You know what I mean? I'm just putting his name out there, who came from North Carolina, who knew that he was going to come to the Chicago Bulls and wanted to be the greatest player of all time. That's the future, right? But right now, it has evolved in such a big way in the WNBA. There's no way that we can really truly say that Caitlin Clark was better than Maya Moore. There's no way that we can truly say that Caitlin Clark is greater than Sue Bird. And let me go farther than that. There's no way you can clearly say with a plain face that she was as tough and as vile and as tenacious as Dana Taurasi. No way. I've never seen a woman player play with such anger, with such tenacity, with such skill. And she got pushed around. She pushed others around. She got tossed around. She got nose busted, lip busted. Dana Taurasi was the last of what you really would see the little woman, little man play, right? So when we go down in history, we can't forget about Cheryl Swoops and Cynthia Cooper and Teresa Weatherspoon and Becky Hammond. Becky Hammond was small, but she was a Georgia Amore of her time, and better than Georgia Amore for as I'm concerned in her rookie year. So, you guys, stop it. Lisa Leslie and Candace Parker was probably the greatest bigs, and Tina Thompson that the WNBA ever really would put their eyes on outside of Sylvia Fowles and all of the Tamika Catchings and all of those great ones. But we watching Natasha Howard go towards the end of her seasons, and she looking like a young player because why? She got one of the greatest point guards in my eyes to come as a rookie over to the Minnesota Lynx and revitalize her whole history. Once again, she's playing like a young player. You can't tell that most times Natasha Howard is the oldest player on the court.
Nah, you can't.
And if Tina Charles had stayed just one more year, which they tried to, and went to the Minnesota Lynx, oh my God.
They wouldn't have got Howard. They wouldn't have been able to have both of them.
So the thing is man, we got to be careful with this fandom shit. We got to be careful. Your fandom gets you in trouble because then you become irrational. I like rational basketball. I like talking about basketball. I respect all of the girls that came before these, but we also saw A'ja Wilson get it out the mud. No one expected for A'ja Wilson to be as good as she is right now. She actually went under the radar in her time. Even though, of course, like Aaliyah Boston, #1 draft picks and all of that shit. But we can't find ourselves not to keep the main thing because they're shoving their white, Christian, heterosexual female that they like to mention in front of the girls that actually has put in the work and got it out the mud and not having it being given to them. So it makes Caitlin Clark look fugazi when these people are making a big coach, if I'm not wrong, a big phenomenon out of someone that is right now a medium player. I mean, coach, you done seen girls that's way better, but they couldn't get their mind together, like Kennedy Carter.
Right.
Guys, it's thousands of Kennedy Carters that came towards the W that was forced out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of fits, because of the attitude, because of the way. Courtney Williams had the same type of rough patch that Kennedy Carter had. But why Kennedy Carter? It's because Kennedy Carter was also put in a space where her coach of the Atlanta Dream that got fired the next year said that she was the greatest guard that she's ever seen coming to the W, and she gave the keys to Kennedy Carter, and the veteran players did not like it. So if you guys go down and look at history, if you do a little bit of research, see, this is the new media that you find over here on Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Because, hey, I'm going to say, me and Tony and ADP, we going to glaze. We going to glaze our baby girl. The baby girl going to get glazed because we came to YouTube for Angel Reese. But we definitely are not out of our minds and know that Angel Reese is not the best player in the WNBA. Okay? So I just want the chat to get it straight. Keep it right. It is a better way of handling this. And nobody's hating on Caitlin Clark to say that she's not in the top 20. That's facts. And they're getting mad.
Yeah.
That we bringing up real statistics. MDT was on my channel, Sister Tony and Sister ADP. I think you was I think you was at work that night, where someone actually got mad that I was bringing up the statistics of where Caitlin stands with all of the rest of the girls. And she was not.
I literally just sent that to you, ADP, if you wanted to post it.
Yeah.
You sent something to me. Where you send it at?
In your email.
And then we got
in my email.
Parker,
Okay.
one of the greats. Candace Parker sitting there lying, saying that this lady is in the top 10 of guards. No, she's not. We could just go off our heads on the guards that's better. Right off the top. 10. Yes, she's supposed to have 40-point games, 30-point games.
Yeah, if she can't be touched.
If she
can't be touched. If she can't be touched, Bro Clark, yeah, she's supposed to have 40
she's
plus
supposed to, and that's where I was going.
Yeah.
You could take it from here,
tonight.
No, I mean, like the referee made a conscious decision because people are like, oh, she's gonna take off tonight. Like me and Real Money, we had a thing going, right? And Real Money I had a conversation with him on the Full Court Trill. Then we talked again on my channel, and then he stopped. And then during the game, he realized, hey, he's like, I was wrong. But see, that's where he admitted where he was wrong. And I'll take a fan like that any day, right? He's like, I was wrong. He's like, no, she can't produce that 2 days in a row. She gonna take the night off. I said, okay. And then Mitchell had 30 last night, but she had 30 the night before, and then last night she had 33. So I said, Real Money. I said, Real Money. Real Money was like, I was wrong. I said, see, that's what I'm saying. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and enjoy the game and stop trying to glaze so hard where we don't know. We can't do that. You just gotta just let a game be the game. That's it.
Tony, that was the whole discourse today, all over YouTube.
Yeah, absolutely.
It was like, I felt it like it was February of 2022. It coming out of Iowa City. You know, it's about 220 miles to the east of me, and it just, I was just puking in my mouth. Like, you really think you're gonna see this every day? And what about this? Because I was thinking about this too. So nobody brought this up either. So Paige, if you recall, last year had a 44-point game against the LA Sparks in which she lost. Right. And that game, with a 45-10 game, that could have went either way. Seattle was in that game. I said this on Bro Clods last night. That could have went either way. And and here's the irony of this. And Tony, you'll appreciate this. So will YouTube, Bro Clod and ADP. The glaze would have still happened all day Saturday, whether they won or lost. It would have sounded exactly the same.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't that ridiculous? Isn't the point to win the game?
That's the point. That is the point.
It even Cece, to her credit, when they asked her about it, hey, you scored the most points in Indiana Fever history, and you had a great game, and said, listen, I don't care about the record. I'm here to win. I need to try to help this team win. We're not the best yet. We need to try to get there. She said
exactly.
And that's a call out to me to the Glazers.
Yeah, that's players, right? Because you ask those same questions to Angel about the double doubles, and she said the same thing. I don't care about that. I just care about winning. These girls don't care about what these guys are out here talking about. They're not concerned about what all of these Glazers are in here talking about. They are more concerned about winning, taking their team to the next level, and that's it. And I just hope that they continue to stay focused that way and not let what is going on out here for people that think they know everything about these ladies kind of dictate how they move. Although for Cece, she is letting them dictate how she moves because she's with the antics, right? But of course, the refs took care of that early on, and so it is what it is.
Be careful. You better be careful. That's what I have to. What's what I think about it, man? Because that's going to be a story in itself. Because two more are coming. To me, it's almost unavoidable because she's going to have a moment. So unless she gets some different type of therapy going on, so.
guys, I'm gonna get up off of here, man. I'm gonna record
Yeah, you have
video.
you have a good night.
I'm gonna get this video. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. ADP.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, youthabomb.com, Sister Tony, MDT, Baby Jacob, all of you guys. I appreciate it so much. I mean, I just could not go to sleep without getting that off my chest. And you guys see tomorrow another episode of Get That Off Your Chest will be on.
I get to watch.
Tomorrow at 9:30.
Yeah, don't leave ADP. Stay on.
Have a good one, Bro Cloud. We'll see you.
Hey, ADP, right. I don't have a do me a favor, ADP.
Okay.
Go ahead and remove this person. I won't say no more. Remove you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Just remove them, please. I'm here for real stuff, and I don't want to see no more of the glazing. We're having a simple conversation, and I don't see it no more. Go ahead and move at as or whatever that is.
He's on Bro Claude's channel.
Yeah, tell Bro Claude to get him out of here.
Yeah, it says I tried to, but it kept saying guess it's on the.
Let me have Bro Claude take it on. Some stuff is just enough, right? It's okay to do one thing, but this is someone that's just here to just completely just troll the rest of the night. He's not here for real basketball, so I'm gonna just have him do his big one.
So I pulled up.
Go ahead, MDT. I hear you talking.
I pulled up the WNBA stats that Tony was talking about, guys, if you didn't see it when they went live. And so, Tony, did y'all go through each one?
No, I was pulling it up so you can see it for yourself.
Okay. Well, yeah. Okay, well, I'll read it out, guys. So offensive leaders are A'ja Wilson at number 1, Kelsey Mitchell at number 2, Marina Mabrey at number 3, Caitlin Clark at number 4, and Paige Bueckers at number 5. Defensive leaders, rebounds is Angel Reese, Jessica Shepard, A'ja Wilson, Kiki Everfin. Oh, I didn't know that one. Okay.
Yeah.
And Jacquel Jones. See, yes. I'm learning something about that. Complete leaders, Alyssa Thomas, Caitlin Clark, Jordan Canada, Chelsea Gray, Jackie Young. Complete leaders, A'ja Wilson. Who is that? I can't. Ooh. Kia Stokes. I'm sorry, guys. Emily. Okay. Who is that? Emily Angsler. Okay, thank you. Camila Cardoso and Nia Coffey. 3-pointers made Marina Mabrey, Ryan Howard, Kelsey Mitchell, Kelsey Plum, and is that Jonelle? Who is she? I don't even know her.
Janelle Swan. She plays for the Golden State. State.
Okay. See, I gotta look her up. Steals. The number 1 steals is Ryan Howard, Jordan Canada, Natasha Howard, Izzy Fudd, and Angel Reese. So there you have it, guys. Wow. And if you don't look at this, you wouldn't know. And when people
you learn new things. I mean, I know because it's my job to make sure I look at all of this. So
Tony is
a simple conversation. I can spill it off to you like water, and it won't matter. It takes individuals that like to come in here and be a menace to go look stuff up, to just kind of post it when they don't know anything else. Oh, the stat guy, ain't no stat guy. That's an asshole. We just keep it moving from the rest of that. But again, when you're trying to be sensible, you have like no nonsense stuff. Like I know that for a moment we're gonna pull some stuff out, but I do know this. When you look at these stats that I sent you, I mean, it's very easy to pick who's what, where, why, how. You're always able. There's another. I just sent you just the basic ESPN one. But there's a whole analysis stat line that you can get to that shows you the entire breakdown of absolutely everybody. So even, this particular 45-point game shot Caitlin above Paige, but Paige was there first. As you can say, Asia Wilson, Kelsey Mitchell, Marina Mabrey. It was Paige, then Caitlin, but then Caitlin ended up having the 45-point game that edges her a point two only over Paige. They're 20. Paige is 20.7 and CC is 20.9. But just the hedge-ins of where players are in actuality. And this here, again, you look at the hedge over Angel and Jessica Shepard. So, I mean, there's just those things. It just depends on what type of leader you have, what type of guard you have, the type of player that's going to put you in a position to be that better post player. For when it comes to the bigs, right? You have Kia Stokes, who was blocking, having a block party on absolutely everybody. It's funny that Emma is tied with Camilla when Camilla should have herself at the top, but that's because Camilla, she doesn't spend time worrying about blocking shots. She just spends time worrying about playing solid defense. And then you have Coffee, who's in there knocking shots out the box. That for some reason is absolutely a good thing, and she can do that, right? Because she has a player that can help spread the floor. And when it comes to defense, they spread everybody else. They spread the offense that they're playing. They make them, force them to basically dictate how they're going to perform or run their set. So it allows her to get the blocks that she's getting. And the same thing, Sis, it's nice to see. Again, this last game on the assist bumped her over Canada because Canada was number 2 and CC was number 3. But of course, they have a game ahead of us. So now tomorrow will be another game, and it will force, again, a difference of opinion as these players are going to shift back and forth between now and the end of the season. So the glazing to me, of where a player is right now, we'll go with the midway, and this is the midway, and this is where we are, right? And it actually stops after this weekend, right? So after tomorrow's games, I think there's some players that will play on Tuesday, and that will be the last of the games for the first half of the season, which will put everybody midway. And at that point, you can see where everybody's staying midway through the season. And then moving from there at the end of the season, then you can kind of watch how players will separate themselves. They're going to absolutely separate themselves. And as you can see, look at your 3-point leaders. The 3-point leaders, then they talk. This is not what they want to talk about. When you should be definitely giving Mabrey her praise. It's Mabrey, then it's Ryan Howard, then it's Kelsey Mitchell, moving to Kelsey Plum. And that's because Kelsey Plum has been hurt. Plum is usually up there in the numbers, but she's been hurt. So even with her being hurt, she still sits at number 4, and she's actually tied with Salon from the Velks. And then you come over here with the Steels, and you got Ryan Howard number 1, Jordan number 2, and you have AZ Foot number 4, with Natasha Howard being number 3 and Angel Reese being number 4. So you have numbers right there, but I'll show you ways.
Yeah, Trendon said they're gonna update it too, Tony. Too.
Yeah, it definitely has to update. It's gonna update.
Yeah, the WNBA stats are on the site itself. Those are updated because they show Clark's numbers down. She's 20.7. And her assists are the same. Here's the thing that I just, when you were talking, what I see in this list here on ESPN, it doesn't show you anything about what Olivia Miles is doing and the gravity that she pulls up there in Minnesota.
Right.
She was 14-10 today, but they won.
Here's what happened. She was hurt.
Explain that,
And
Tony.
she was out. She was out for 3 games.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
She was
okay.
hurt and she was out for like 3 or 4 games.
And she got hurt in that last game and sat out the last 5 minutes of the
But
fourth.
shouldn't she still have something up there, Tony?
Well, no, I mean everybody
Okay,
else is falling out of control and putting up big numbers, and as they put up big numbers, they're going to continue to flourish. Time stops for no one.
Okay, gotcha.
Stops for no one, and they're going to constantly change. And as they change, you just you'll always have it there to be able to see where you are with it, and so moving forward with that, then you should be good to go. But yeah, no, I mean it's crazy. You just always constantly take a chance, and ESPN did an update. Yeah, we know. We're waiting for them to kind of do the update. The update that's going to take place will only bump her down by 0.2. But you still have teams that are going to play tomorrow.
Yep.
So I could see them not bumping that up until after tomorrow's games, right? And then really I wouldn't update it until after Tuesdays. It's that Monday, Tuesday games, right, going midway. So this is where we are right now, and then it changes. But I do know that trend. I wanted to make sure that I kind of show ADP where she can pull those, but that is not all stats that are actually there. You can actually go, like they said, to the W website, and you can find also the true numbers, right? Because this here is just ESPN numbers. So,
it's curious. This doesn't say anything about context. There's only one Valkyrie on this whole list.
Yeah, which is crazy, right? And that, but that's ESPN for you. So now you have that, and then you go to the W site, and the W site will give you something different.
Yeah, which is why sites like channels like yours and ADPs are important to talk about the context, because you're not going to get that story from looking at these numbers here. It's not going to say anything about who's winning games, who's in first place, who's playing well as a package. Maybe you could probably get something from the steals, and you see 3 Atlanta Dream members on there. Wow, that's a pretty good defense if you were looking at just that top 5 there. But everywhere else, I don't know what it really says, other than these individual players are having good years.
Right. But it does give you a better understanding when, we're watching the game, but also when you're seeing it after the game with with the highlights of they're making like 1,000 points or whatever the case may be. It kind of gives you some kind of idea, to go along with that. So and Tony she's stats now.
I've been there.
She's great.
I've been there. Which is
and
probably
you gotta have it.
Because I've seen her chat. I've seen what it looks like at times, and some of the stuff that comes her way, and people want to try to catch her on this or that. And
oh no, she be on it.
It doesn't work.
Games, everything.
It doesn't work.
But you have to.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You have to. That's why when I go on with Tony MDT, I'm asking questions and stuff. And one thing from day one, Tony has always done was brought those stats. Brought those stats and not just no made up stats.
There you go. I just sent you the W ones if you want to pull that one up. I just sent
you sent it to my email too?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Tony, if you don't mind, I'd like to visit you on your channel. Actually,
absolutely!
That would be great. Whatever you want to discuss, that would be phenomenal. I mean, I don't claim to know everything about basketball. I'm still learning too, but I'm gonna have something and things that I don't know about. I'm gonna ask, and things that I can actually speak to. I'll speak to those. Like here's one. Yeah. Alyssa Thomas is still killing it with the assists this year. Well, who would have thought that?
Well, that's the thing with going on with Tony MDT. Like it's like a flow. So she kind of reads you and understands you, and that's how she comes. So it's kind of like a balance. So like when I go up there, she'll be like, "Hey, ADP, you know what I'm saying? This is the subject. This is what we're talking about."
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. And she'll be like, I'll pull this. I'm gonna pull this up so we can look at it. You know what I'm saying? Especially especially those college games where we can both look at it. We can see the stats together. You know, all that great stuff. So she's good when you up there.
Yeah, I've been there. I've seen her. So I know what that's like. Just and I understand the why you'd be hesitant to have people up, because it does take somebody who's not going to go off the rails and it's not going to be profane and just can help you keep your conversation going, as opposed to going off on tangents and stuff that doesn't help all that much. So that part I get. And you guys taking this to another level, it's even more important to have policies in place to avoid a lot of that stuff, because I mean, there are places for that all over YouTube. If that's what you want to do, it exists. But I do understand what you guys are trying to do, and I do appreciate you having me on as a result.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. I'm gonna do open panel soon, but when it gets to the thick of certain games, I'm like, oh no, this one here, because I can go. Oh boy, can I go?
Yeah, but it is
hey, we ready to go. We
love it though, Tone. We love it, man.
Yeah,
no, that's what I love about her channel.
Yeah, on this one, ADP, it allows you. I just kind of gave you a general, right? But you have all the different sections here on the W where you can go and you can find different stats, percentages, like stuff like that. But one day I'll go behind this. We'll be behind the scenes.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
I'll show you how to pull all that stuff up. And,
good.
So
yeah.
It's easy for you.
Because Yeah, it will help me, because I need to add it to the history and everything else, and that just gives me, you know, a better understanding too when I do talk about the players and stuff like that. So,
yeah, I had to fix I had to send the rebound leaders, because I think I was talking to my brother Bro Claude, and he was saying, because Camila Cardoso 5 in a row doubles, and I said, no, that's not true, my man. It's been sporadic.
Oh,
if I don't know nothing else, I know about them doubles. Stop it. No,
hey, look, Lee, I need to throw along Tony.
I know, like, don't be doing that. I love my girl, but hey, don't be doing that now. We know who your boy. He is just tickled to death.
He is cold.
He is just tickled to death. I'm gonna send you this too, so you have this. I know. Look, once I start going through this stuff, you know how I get. I'm gonna stop after this. I'm gonna but you'll have this.
Yeah, and Tony, look. My crazy butt gonna sit up there and print them out. Watch, guys, I'm gonna print these out because it's the teacher in me, MDT, that I'm gonna print them out and look at it.
You're gonna show them to everybody on camera. See, look what I have here. Look,
yeah. Look, you gotta be teachable. Nobody knows everything. When you have a teachable spirit, you know great things happen. So you gotta have a teachable spirit.
That's what I do all the time.
Never too old to learn something. You're never too old to learn something, and you're not gonna know everything.
Agreed.
Thank you guys for coming on the panel. We got so many games tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Yep. I know we got okay, so is this the last game for the Dream and the Sky play?
Tomorrow, but okay. And then they go into All-Star. Well, for the Dream it is. I don't know about the Sky.
Who else play tomorrow, Tone?
Again, Los Angeles at Dallas, and Connecticut at Phoenix.
Okay, so we got 3 games tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah,
you got 3 games tomorrow: 12, 3, and 6. It's nice.
Those are Central Time.
Yeah.
So, I forgot Tony on different time.
Yeah, don't forget about Tony's soccer match. So,
I gotta go and watch. Has Trinity Rodman them started playing MDT?
I saw something that they were playing soccer today, so I'm assuming that league started. But
okay.
But I was talking World Cup. That's what they're gonna.
Yeah, he's talking about World Cup.
World Cup. Oh.
Maybe, just maybe.
Look, guys, y'all know the Aces. Y'all know they picked up that a foreign player, right? Y'all saw that?
Yeah, Mia Yamamoto. She's from Japan.
Yeah.
She was on the team that played him in the preseason.
Interesting. We'll see what happens.
They picked her up in the place of Kennedy Carter. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Really,
wow.
Tony? Now you know
Interesting.
now why you do that at the end of the show, Tony? Now I got to go.
I just had to tell the truth, man. I just had to tell the truth.
They picked her over. Okay, I ain't gonna say nothing else. Good. Okay, Tony. I'm gonna just look. I gotta go look into it, guys, before I even speak on it because we don't know. But thank you guys for coming on the panel. Thank you, chat. Hey, Bree Minor. Hey, everybody in the chat. Thank you, Felicia, for my special blessing up in that Cash App girl. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Y'all be safe, and I'll be in the chat tomorrow for the games. Tony, you calling that game with Sky, right? With Keisha now?
Yes.
Okay.
So look at this. Look what somebody went and did, right? And this would have been perfect in the midst of that individual. I told Bro Claude to go ahead and just time him out for the rest of the night. You can catch him on another day. Marina Mabry, 55. As a matter of fact, here, let me send it to you real quick. Let me see.
Is this the one, Tony? Is it on Threads? Let me show you something. Is it this one?
On Threads. That
let me go to my save. This one right here, Tony.
As soon as you put it up, let me see.
Oh, dang. I ain't even pull it up. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me pull. This one?
Yeah, and it just slides over. Did you got everybody or just that one?
I got everybody.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying? This is the stuff that we want to see. We want to see them all where you want to praise and glorify. You had 2 40-point games, you had 30-point game, had a 33-point game, 22-point game. You just want to, this is where you come and you start to praise the players for everything that they are doing, what they've done. 53-point game. Like I said, they've been tied. Mitchell got up to 34 points. I remember that last season. 22 for Shepherd this year. 22 points, 20 rebounds, 30 points, 20 rebounds. Like, if we want to talk basketball, let's talk basketball shot.
Right.
35 points, 8 rebounds, 32 points. For
Same game.
Same game.
Oh.
I mean, I want to praise players. I want to be able to say what a phenomenal job that CC and Mitchell are doing together when they're putting numbers up like that. But you don't get a chance to say that because you got so many people just doing so many other things, and it just makes it difficult for you to give your true analysis of something.
Agreed.
Fouls, 30 fouls.
Don't forget Sylvia Fowles.
Put Sylvia Fowles up there.
Our vet. They represented for our vet, so make sure you don't forget your history. I mean, it's just I love the WNBA.
It's the history, man. Yes, it's the history. You gotta give these lady praises for the things they've done. Look at one of our goats there. From LSU, that's my girl.
Tony, don't you know her too?
I've seen her a couple times, but that's when she was a LSU player. She's old.
Okay. I know. I
don't want to say it like that. I'm older than her, but still, she's up there, right? I watched her when she was in LSU. And so we're not that far apart in age.
Yeah, so guys, we love the game, and I'm gonna be in the chat celebrating tomorrow. I'll make sure I think it'll be 4:00 my time when the Sky come on, and I guess I had to do double screens. And they're playing at different times, so we may be okay. I don't think nobody clashing. I don't think.
Yeah. The Atlanta game is your 4:00 your time. And then the Phoenix, Connecticut game is 7:00 your time if you're an hour ahead of Central Time.
Okay.
So
okay.
You should be okay with that.
Okay,
I
guys.
could have did that over on. I forgot I could have done this over here on YouTube.
What, Tom?
With my like I want to just give that one person a little, put them to bed a little bit early because they were being a nuisance in the chat.
Yeah, because I kept trying to get him out of here and I couldn't get him off.
Yeah.
And I was like, what is that? But yeah, guys, don't forget about All-Star. They're gonna have a great time. Don't forget about the trade deadline. Just buckle up because it's gonna be some shenanigans. Tony, did you notice? I'm getting ready to get out of here. I'm doing the Tony. We always do this because we love to talk, guys.
Yeah,
but Anissa is still conditioning.
Yeah. She is wild. She's is she hurt herself?
Oh no, I ain't let me check because I ain't heard nothing.
She better still be conditioning. She's on the team, isn't she?
I think she's hurt.
Playing. Yeah, she's hurt. She just got a little injury. We need her back and the
reconditioning. Yeah.
Studio.
And that's what they. Okay. I was just trying to see some things, because a little shock is coming. That's all.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know. We trying to wait and speculate who we think, but it's gonna be some shockers. You're gonna be like, not that player.
There I go.
It might be a little tough. I mean, because some teams have flexibility to take on a big salary, and then some don't have movement unless they cut a player, and even then, because they're past the date to where your salary becomes guaranteed for the remainder of the season. So you'd have to swap somebody. So that makes it even more difficult to trade unless you're going to do picks and then cut somebody. So Washington could be in the mix, for like this is a crazy one, but it could happen because of
they're not playing Rory.
Yeah, I mean, and Amor really isn't doing a lot, but Plum coming off her injury, and she's only on a 1-year deal. So even if she wanted to go back to LA or go wherever next year, still do that. So whereas Diggins and maybe Diggins is on a 2-year, so I don't know if Washington would want to do that, or if they'd want to take on Enrique, and I think she's on a 3-year. So it could be tough to move some people.
Yeah.
So, but then again, we got some players that are inexpensive that aren't playing. Maybe they want to go somewhere, or maybe they can be helpful somewhere else.
Yeah.
So,
right. You're right, MDT. You just never know. You know what I'm saying?
That is absolutely true.
So we're gonna see. Well, guys, I will catch y'all in the chat later on today. Y'all have a good night's rest, everybody, and we will catch you on the next one. Yep. Thank you, So Pretty Tony, Broke Clyde, Jacob, MDT, and everybody that showed up on that. You're welcome. And everybody that showed up in our chats, make sure you subscribe to Court Vision with So Pretty Tony. Make sure you go to Cut the Ish and subscribe to Keisha's channel. Make sure you go to KSAP Simply Ball Dropping. Go to his and sub. Make sure you go to Miss D. 6 Woman Sports. Did I say that right, Miss D? Make sure you go to her channel and support her channel. Who else I'm missing? Oh, Full Cut Trio. Make sure you go to the Full Cut Trio and sub to their channel. And what's the other one? Oh, and Get It Off Your Chest will be showing tomorrow, guys. I will be able to catch that one. So make sure you guys go and watch that tomorrow night after the games. And sub to ADP channel, okay? Love you guys. Have a great night, and I'll catch you on the next one.
See you, Tony.
See you, MDT.